It is over.
Hey guys, how are you this New Year's Eve? And you know, Happy New Year to anyone who has already celebrated it. I know a lot of you guys are overseas, so happy 2021 to all of you from all of us here at The Insiders. We have got a great show for you tonight, and we are starting off with just an amazing interview. And we are so honored to have these guys here. We are a room full of Jays tonight, Jeff.
That's right, man. We've got a lot of J's. The quad J's in the house tonight.
We are quad J's tonight. We have, of course, with us tonight, the walking weapon, Josh Anderson. He is here with us, along with his wife, Jade, is here with us too. And the first time you guys have been on camera together, Josh Alexander, my God, I screwed up already. Good Lord, I messed up your last name. I am so sorry, dude. It's been a rough week for me. You guys have never been on a podcast before together, is that correct?
Well, she's only ever done like one podcast.
I don't do them often.
Oh, well,
and yeah, we hosted Playback for Twitch for Impact for what, a year?
Over a year
together. So that was every Wednesday night, and it just recently got canceled. So when this popped up, I was just like, oh, it's New Year's Eve. The only way I'm going to be able to have it is if my wife comes on with me. So it's a good way for us to say goodbye for the playback fans and everything.
It absolutely is. Absolutely is. We named this show Kiss 2020 Goodbye. Like we just got to get rid of this year, man. And it's so great having you guys here to help us kick it off. Because I think everybody's in the same boat. Just want to knock this year just out of here and just go on with 2021. So we are thrilled to have you guys with us. And the fact that you've never been together in a podcast, that's an honor for us, man. That's a real honor for us to have you. So, and I know Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate that. Jeff, man, exciting stuff, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is something that we've been dreaming of since we got into it and started doing our Impact watch along. And obviously, we're huge fans of Impact and huge fans of you and the North. So this is awesome. I mean, not only do we get to get rid of 2020 today, but we get to do it with the walking weapon and Jay. I mean, this is awesome.
I'm with you. I'm done with 2020. Ready for something new.
Aren't we all? Just to get it out of here. I know it's only a date, but you know what? It's symbolic. Just to you know what? Let's move on. All right. Well, let's get started. I know we had told you guys out there in the chat, get ready because we're going to give you an opportunity to ask these guys some questions a little later on. Jeff and I are going to ask some stuff. I'm going to read some of your DMs off as well that we did get. So I will get to those also. So we'll get all these questions out of there. First thing I've got to talk to you about, Josh, is I love the story, and I think this is just a great positive story to talk about right off the bat because, you know, again, we're talking about 2020, but I love the story about your comeback, the injuries that you had, the comeback that you made. And I got to tell you what got me with that story is the whole fact of the matter that after the doctors, you noticed that you didn't have the neck brace and things like that, and then the doctor said you could wrestle. The fact that you came out and said, I felt bad about going back because we had already had a retirement thing for me. I don't know that there's too many people that would do something like that. Like in a lot of ways, I see a lot of other athletes might be like, you know what, hell, I'm just going to go back and pretend it was a work and that was it. So to me, the fact that you did that, man, that really stuck with me. And I really, really admire you for that. I think that's amazing. And so tell the guys a little bit, and I know you've probably talked about this story a million times, but for the people that don't know in our chat, just give them a little bit of a background with that if you could, and kind of like what made you decide to do
that? To retire or to come back?
To come back and then obviously to make the decision to when you were thinking about it and kind of thought, you know what, I shouldn't do this because we went through all the retirement stuff. What kind of pushed you past that?
Well, the backstory is I wrestled for about 9 years. And after that 9 years, I started getting, you know, all these opportunities and making a name for myself. And I actually broke my neck. So I had surgery. I didn't tell anybody because I was on the cusp of getting a contract with the company, I thought at the time. And 6 weeks after neck surgery, I came back to wrestling thinking I could work around it. And inevitably, this caused me to require a second surgery where the doctors wanted to say I could never wrestle again. And I did a whole retirement tour. I went out the way I wanted to with the match I wanted to have. Raised some money from fans that were very supportive of me because I was going to need time off from actually doing anything with neck surgery. And when I woke up, like you said, no neck brace, very confused. And I was told I could wrestle again. And my first thought was, I just don't want to disappoint any wrestlers or fans and think that I was doing this as like some publicity stunt. Like that was the thing. I didn't want to disappoint anybody because like I hold like, it's very apparent this week with the Brody Lee thing. Like what you've seen is a collection of what we call the boys. That's boys, girls, anybody that's involved in the wrestling business. It's just the fraternity of us. You know, everybody coming together to support what's happened with Brody. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just because we're all part of this family, whether people get along or not, it doesn't matter. If it comes down to your passion and your love for wrestling, you're enough to where you do this, you're one of the boys. And like, that's what I was afraid of. I didn't want any of them to think lesser of me either if I came back and like, they didn't trust me or something. It messed with my head for a long time. And it wasn't until Ethan Page told me, no, you're coming back. You're miserable. You need to do this. That, I needed the push in the right direction.
Gotcha. Like I said, I just the story was an incredible one. And I mean, you don't hear, with an injury like you had, and you get told that you're done. I mean, and then to wake up and realize that, yeah, okay, something was different and something changed. And then for you to just come back from something like that and then to do it the way you did, I think that's a really positive story. And I really, again, something I think we all kind of need to hear now. So hats off to you for doing that. I think that was awesome. So going forward this year, now I know I have to ask you about the tag team stuff too, because I'm a big tag team fan. I always was. Going back into, the 80s, watching wrestling in the 70s and the 80s. I mean, that was the era of a lot of big tag teams. And the fact that you wanted to start in that direction when, you first got into Impact and stuff like that, what made you look to tag teams as the way you kind of wanted to break in?
It wasn't so much that I looked to being in a tag team to break in, but like I had established myself on the American Indies with Ethan Page by my side as Monster Mafia 7 years before I showed up in Impact. And we were very successful at it. So when I showed up in Impact, you look at the roster and you look at them literally not even looking over or using Ethan Page whatsoever when I came in. And then all of a sudden I grab my tag team partner, my best friend, and I go out and I know that we can make a splash. And obviously the 2 years was pretty insanely successful.
I would say, you guys have had, like, for me as kind of just coming back to this and watching Slammiversary, I'll be honest, those two matches you had with Motor City Machine Guns were unbelievable. Just like, and I tell everybody that it's a prime example of tag team wrestling done the right way. And you don't see that much. Like you see, people hanging on the outside of the ring forever, no counts going on, no, tagging in and out, working on that one person in the corner and things like that. You just don't see it. So for me, that was awesome to see. You guys really, really killed it. And the North has been unbelievably successful. So it's great to see. And I'll turn it over to Jeff. What are you looking forward to yourself for 2021? I mean, I know there's so many questions out there. Are fans going to come back at some point? When is that going to happen? But for you, now, what are your goals? What are you looking to be doing this coming year for Impact? What are your goals going into 2021?
I recently told Ethan Page on an episode of Impact that we cannot be a tag team at this time. So the North has been put on the shelf, and it will come back eventually. It'll always be there. I will never tag with anybody else. I will never want another tag team partner on this planet. So if you see me tagging up with somebody else, just know I got paid a lot of money or I owe somebody a favor. But yeah, for the meantime, I will be pursuing a singles run in Impact Wrestling. And the only reason I got into wrestling was to be a champion, and I've been a champion at every single company I've been a part of, so I don't think this is going to be any different.
That's awesome. And I really am excited to see. I remember, again, I watched toward the end of the video, and I know Ethan mentioned that to just kind of take the reins off of you and let you go. And I think a lot of people are really excited to see that and to see what you can do on the single side of it. And I know I am. So that's awesome. All right, Jeff, I'm going to stop hogging the interview. Go ahead, my friend. You're up.
Can we just go ahead and get Josh for Impact Heavyweight Champion? I mean, already.
Hashtag. Yeah,
let's get that hashtag started, folks, in the stream, because I think we all want to see that, because man, what you do, what you bring to the table, absolutely incredible. So I'm really hoping that 2021 in your singles run goes well, and that it culminates with the championship, because you absolutely deserve it. You've earned it, man. So I'd like to ask both of you a question, since you have both been involved and are involved in wrestling. How did both of you get started in wrestling? When did that start for both of you? And it doesn't matter who goes first.
Okay, long story short, I was going through my first ever breakup. So my first love. And I turned to wrestling. I've always been a fan since I was little. My entire family were. Every Sunday we'd get together, have dinner, and watch pay-per-view together. And of course, all the other programmings. So I've been a fan since I was little. Wrestling became my outlet. So I started training and it helped me because I was in my room hiding for 3 months, just heartbroken. So wrestling saved me. That was scooped me.
Back together. Me, how did I get started in wrestling? I was a kid that lived in the middle of nowhere with no neighbors, anything. Like, I was a country boy, and I was an only child, so I had nobody to play with. And I was like 11, 10, probably driving my mom crazy, and she brought me home a WWF magazine. And I didn't know what wrestling was because we weren't allowed to watch it in my household. My stepdad didn't like it. But this magazine just opened up my eyes to this whole new world. So I went to the video store and rented all the tapes, and just I've been addicted ever since. And it's been my life's work and passion now for what? That was almost 20-something years ago that I discovered wrestling. But yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So obviously, you know, everyone sees the end result. They watch the matches and they see all of that, but a lot of, you know, casual fans don't really know what it is to train as a professional wrestler. So again, to the both of you, what was training like for you, and what was the toughest part of training?
The toughest part was really trying to prove yourself as a male. I don't know if that makes sense. In my head, it does. But back in 2003, is when I started training. It was hard because, you know, you had to like really prove. You really had to prove yourself. You were a girl. You were treated like a girl. It was hard because I really, you know, being broken down emotionally, I really had to have super tough skin to kind of get over it. Just get over it, and then you have to do this. You have to be strong. You have to like prove you're not broken or frail. So that for me was not being so girly.
Those times were different back then. Like a lot of schools now, like this is not a great thing. There are a lot of wrestling schools out there. So like anybody can go train, but reputable trainers are hard to come by at some of these places. So like now it's run as a business. The more students you have, the better. You're not trying to put out this amazing product of the best wrestler. If you want to be a really good wrestler now, you have to go to these places and figure that stuff out yourself off, which is the difference from back then. Back then they were trying to weed people out and not let too many people in and still protect the business more, as they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me, the toughest part of training was I was trained at like a less reputable school with no trainer, and then I went to be retrained a year later by then X Division champion Johnny Devine, who was trained in the Heart Dungeon. And he's not a nice man, especially with training. He's one of those guys that would rather see everybody quit and not join the business than, you know, earn their way in. The physical pain and all the Hindu squats and push-ups and stuff, I mean, it sucked in the moment, but I think the worst part about training was just worrying about, like, because I never had like a coach in my life, my figure, like a coaching figure, and I just didn't want to let him down the whole time. Like if I disappointed him, you know what I mean? It was like I was disappointing my parents. It was crazy, but like it was great because then like obviously I learned really well.
Certainly, you certainly did. You certainly did. So this is a question about you know, just kind of how taxing wrestling can be, and you know, being on the road a lot and things of that nature. How do both of you kind of keep each other motivated, being there for each other when you know, when there are several days in between when you get to see each other and time is limited? What do you guys do to kind of, you know, just remain connected and be there for one another?
I never want to bug him as much as I'd like to bug him. I know he's busy, and I think with me already being in the business, I can understand that. So it's easy for me to just, I want him to be focused. I want him to do well, so I don't want to be a distraction. I'll send photos of the kids, and just kind of like, hey, this is what we're up to. It's kind of like sending our love back home to him. But would you call it a ritual? Yeah. So one of our rituals is he will let me know. He'll always come back to the phone and say, I'm up in 2 or I'm next. So I say my usual to him, have fun, be safe, kill it. And then he usually tells me how long the match is. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but then I'm sitting there timing if I can't stream it, or I'm on Twitter with the hashtag of, the show, whatever their hashtag is, and I'm like waiting for fans to talk about it or post photos of it. So I'm like anxious, and then I wait. Okay, well, 20 minutes is up. I'm waiting, and he knows that to try to come straight to the phone. It's just to be like,
she has this image of me being on a stretcher, not able to text her from my phone or something at all times.
He almost every show bled, okay, which I'm okay with. But if I'm watching and I see him bleeding, I just need him to say, I'm good. And then I'm like, okay, great, that's fine. But like when he takes a while to not write and say, hey, everything's good, it went really well, I'm just like, okay, well, what's going on here? And then I can't sleep.
And sometimes I just wait just to stress her out, It's
terrible.
No, but like the support, well, like for me especially, it's like I still work a day job, construction job during the day. So I would be flying home and going straight to work the next day. It was just a nonstop cycle for that year and a bit before like the border got, COVID and all this stuff happened. But like the support goes at home too. Like I need to work out every day after I work for 10 hours. Like I need to do this stuff for my other job. Mm-hmm. So like just taking over for the kids and stuff is like, because they're crazy.
He knows now that he's been home so long.
Oh goodness. Well, Joe, I'm gonna kick it back over to you, and I know you've got a few more questions too.
Sure. You actually started almost one I was going to ask you anyway. What's it like with the kids? I mean, you kind of talked a little bit about that too. That's, with Josh not being there, and, what is it like with them? I mean, for both of you, Jade, you being at home with them, and then Josh, you being, on the road so much without them, I'd imagine for any father and any mom, that's got to be kind of tough.
I don't think it would be nearly as possible. Like I can't think of a world before cell phones or FaceTime. Being like Bret Hart with 2 sons in 1994, like I'll call you when I get to a payphone or something like that.
That's true.
That was the thing.
Yeah, video chat is a lifesaver. Yeah, that's the spinner, pretty much saving grace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, being like the elder statesman on the podcast, I think a lot of people don't realize. And when I talk to my kids about like having pay phones and having phones that are corded and things like that, they're like, what do you mean? You couldn't leave the room with the phone? And I'm like, no, you couldn't leave the room with the phone. So yeah, I mean, technology, it's a big help for things like that. But that's great. That's, it's great that you guys can at least communicate that way and stuff like that, especially with kids and without seeing them and stuff like that. I know, just for me in a career that I was in, not seeing a lot of things along the way and stuff like that is tough. So that's great. That's awesome that you guys can do that. Mm-hmm. Jade, do you ever miss it? Is it something you'd ever want to go back to?
I saw that look.
Oh yeah, like of course I miss it. I actually, when we were trying, I actually found out I was pregnant with Jet a month. Wait, I was pregnant with Jet for
the show. You found out.
Yeah. Okay. So the last time I wrestled, well, the time before that, I wrestled Alessandro Del Bruno. And I found out the next day that I was pregnant. I was pregnant for a month already. So had I known that, I mean, I would have gone through with it, just kind of be more careful in like certain move sets and stuff like that. But yeah, that was such a shock. But of course I miss it. But thankfully the past almost year and a half, we had Impact Plus Playback, which helped me a lot because, I got to chat up about wrestling, not only just to him anymore, but like to the chat room. And honestly, I absolutely loved our chat room. Everyone was so respectful. If we had like a straggler come in and like just talk
bad about Impact or something, like the chat would just take care
we would all jump on. Like it was just, I miss them. They were amazing. And usually that one person would be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then they join us, so like that really helped me, especially just
now that it's gone, are you coming back?
Now that it's gone, like I don't
she's gonna start doing DDP yoga, and sometime before she's 60 she'll be returning.
Sometime before she's 60.
Never say never. Always say
you know what? That's a great comment for the wrestling community, because that's a very true statement. Never say never, because the people you think are gone, long gone, are the people that end up coming back. So that's very true. Never say never. That's awesome. Josh, for you, so what would you tell somebody? Because I know we talked about this a little bit before the show, and we talked about the fact that, I just started kind of watching Impact back when Slammiversary started, and a lot of our community are new to Impact. So what would you say, and Jade too, you're welcome to answer this as well, what would you guys say to people that are maybe looking for something different, something to watch that, other than the things that they're used to watching? What would you say to them as a reason to come and watch Impact Wrestling?
I think any wrestling fan, whether you used to be an Impact fan and you left because you didn't like something, or you've fallen out of it because AJ Styles isn't there anymore or something, like, I don't care what your excuse is, or if you've just never watched it, I think you should tune in, because there are a lot of us that this is all we want to do. This is all we've ever worked for. Impact is the first place to give us an opportunity to do it on a main stage, and because of that, we are trying to bat 1,000 every single time we go to the ring, which you're not going to get at every single company all the time. As well as, we were all TNA fans. Like if you talk to myself or Chris Bay or Ethan Page, we were all TNA hardcore fans. Like those are the people, the catalyst for us discovering independent wrestling for our generation. So like, we want to emulate and do the things that the guys like AJ Styles and, the Motor City Machine Guns and all these other guys did along the way that we were fans of coming up. So like, it's fans working, and like, we're fans too. Like, you'll see it if you tune into the program, because we're all trying to do the best we can.
Yeah, you can tell that everybody is just hungry, and I love it. You can see everyone's determination, and I'm a huge fan of the Knockouts division.
Yeah.
It's different. It's I don't.
They have something for everybody too, like the Wrestlers Court stuff and Shot Bravo stuff.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like, it's all loved like a slice of that crazy entertainment stuff, which I think is done better than either other program, to be honest.
Right.
And then the in-ring product, which I think rivals both those other products. So like, I think you just got to give it a shot.
Yeah, very well said. And to your points, I have said before that, and I've read this in other places too, that the promos you guys do, like you were saying, with Wrestle House and with the Bravo thing, and it's really good. Like you guys just do it really, really well. and the stories flow and they go from week to week. There's no nonsense to them. They don't drag out too long and things like that. So yeah, absolutely. And I've been a promo guy, and I guess that was 80s wrestling that did that to me, because I mean, that's what you saw. You know, they were larger than life people on the screen every single week and every single time. And you know, it was promo after promo after promo. And yeah, you guys are absolutely killing it. And you know, the in-ring work too, the knockouts division, I absolutely love. I know Jeff and I are complimenting them all the time, and we'll put them up against any knockouts, any, women's division that's out there. They're just doing an amazing job, and such athletes you have. It's really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. With that, Jeff, let's go back to you. And then after Jeff is all through, we will come out to you guys in the chat. So get ready. We're going to have you guys come with your questions next. So I do have a couple. I will read from DMs I got from some people. And then we'll come out to you, and you guys can ask Josh and Jade your questions. So go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So kind of going to the in-ring stuff. I mean, Joe mentioned it earlier, but the matches you guys had against the Machine Guns this year were absolutely just tag team perfection, in my opinion. So with that being said, what are some of the matches, some of your maybe 2 or 3 of your favorite matches ever that you've been involved in?
For the North, I would think the 2 that both myself and Ethan Page agreed upon were Atlanta from March. It was for television. We wrestled Tessa and Eddie Edwards in the main event of an Impact show. It was just, the crowd was insane, and that was like one of the last crowded shows we did. So, to be left off on that note was crazy. But that, and then a month or 2 earlier, also in 2020, we wrestled the Rascals. It was Zachary and Trey in Louisville, Kentucky, at the OVW building for one of the app specials, and it was also really, really good.
That's awesome, man. What about a singles? One of your singles matches?
I like to think that me and Vikingo from last January in Mexico was probably the best singles match. I've been blessed to be the singles competitor out of the 2 in the tag team so far. It seemed like all the big matches, like I wrestled Marufuji, which was an insane bucket list thing. TJP and me in Las Vegas, we had a really crazy match. I've wrestled Eddie Edwards in singles. Like, I've wrestled a lot of these guys already on the roster in singles matches, big marquee singles matches. So, but me and Vikingo in Mexico was probably the best.
Okay.
Awesome.
Jade, what advice would you give to any women out there that are aspiring models or wrestlers about, just what it takes to make it, and anything that you'd like to share to kind of help them as they, get started?
Yeah. Well, I came up during a completely different time, and we spoke about this because it was a little bit harder back then. For me, especially. What my advice would be was, I hate saying this out loud because it makes me sound awful, but I mean well, because you can't just do it. Okay, my advice is to have thick skin first. Thick skin first. Be mentally strong before you get into the business, because it can be beautiful, but it can also be very ugly. And it's either or. So you could be in one city and it's beautiful, and then you can go to your next show in a different city and it's ugly. So being mentally strong, and by that I mean, like you're cheering for yourself. You are the only person that only believes in you. Like you have to be the one to push yourself. Yeah, thank you. You have to push yourself. Don't count on anybody else doing it. And this is, what I'm saying as a female, might be different for a male, but be your own fan. Be your own biggest fan.
I give the exact same advice, male, female, anybody that gets into wrestling. It's always the same little speech, and then it's always, if you think you're working hard, you have to work harder, because there's 1,000 other people out there in the world right now that want to do whatever you're dreaming of doing, and they're probably working harder than you. So you got to make sure you're working the hardest. Like, you have to like be completely obsessed with this, because it's so competitive.
Work really hard. Have confidence in yourself, not confidence in the way where you're egotistical, because that's completely different, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
Just be your own biggest fan, because you're going to be the only one. You're the one who is going out there to show what you've got. You're the one putting yourself, I don't want to say danger. What is it? Through
You're the only one that's going to look out for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Get things done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very
And
cool.
last question from me. Josh, what's the best piece of advice that you've gotten in the business, and who from?
My trainer on it was the day of our tryout, because you had to pass the tryout to get into even enrolling. He just walked in, he said, like, eyes and ears open, mouth shut. And I've heard it said before, but the second he said it and the way he looked at all of us, I knew that like my mouth wasn't opening, like 0% chance. And like, I've applied that to so many situations moving forward, that even in my like professional life outside of wrestling, where it's been very beneficial for me to just watch and listen and like get like the lay of the room before I figure out what I'm doing, because I'm always like the quiet one in new situations, and that's why it just stuck with me.
Gotcha. That's great advice.
Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
advice. No matter what you do, if you're a professional athlete or no matter where you work, that's great advice for anyone out there. So
Absolutely. All right. So we promised you guys would get to ask some questions. Now, like I said, so I want to say, and I think I've seen her in our chat. So Twans, Twans, big fan of you guys. I know. I think she threw us over a question in DMs. Twans, if you're out there, do me a favor and throw that question in the chat, and Jeff will highlight it. And we'll ask them that as soon as we get it. I will read, because I have no idea what happened to it. In the meantime, I will read James Chadwick. James Chadwick has a question for you guys. Said, if you could pick a tag partner, this is for Josh, from the past, either gone or still with us, who would it be?
I just finished saying I would never tag with anybody but Ethan Page. If Eddie Guerrero, like in 1997, was around, like, I might trade Ethan Page straight up for Eddie Guerrero there.
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
There you go.
He's my favorite ball team. So
Awesome. Let's see. Did we get Twan's question, Jeff? If
yet.
you're out there, Twans, let us send us that question over. Meantime, I have one here too from Jason Peace. Jason Peace, we talk about horror movies a lot on our chat. I don't know why, but it goes with wrestling quite a bit. So Jason Peace says, I have a question, and this could be for both of you guys. Do you have a favorite horror film?
Oh, here. This will be really quick. She doesn't watch anything scary because
Oh no. Okay.
I'm terrified. I do not have a favorite.
I'm not like a big horror fan. Like I watch horror movies. I certainly did before I was in this relationship. I love Insidious or The Conjuring. Like either one of those two that brought in that whole, kind of franchise. Yeah, I love all those horror films.
You just terrified Joe.
You did.
Yeah. Jeff, that's like Joe's biggest fear is anything from those movies. He's done. He's just out.
Yeah, man.
It's
like
so
if I see anything like contorting backwards somewhere, yeah, I'm out. Like I can watch blood, guts, and gore. I can watch slasher films galore, anything like that. I'm a big Friday the 13th fan. Love all that stuff. I can watch any of that. But the minute I see especially children or women contorting backwards, walking like I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm literally done. Oh man. All right. Here's Twan's question, and thank you, Twans, for sending this over. What are you hoping to accomplish in 2021 that due to the pandemic didn't happen in 2020? So that's the first part. So I'll let you answer that one, and then there's a second part of that as well.
First of all, Ms. Twans, I love you. Okay, we gotta shout out because he's such a big supporter, and like you guys, our thing on playback was talking about food a lot. So Miss Twans would DM me recipes, like so amazing. I've yet to try them because I'm truthfully I'm terrified. But I am going to try one of the recipes she sent me, especially that lasagna. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. Okay, yes, there you
go. 2021 that I didn't do in 2020. I want to be one of the best wrestlers on planet Earth. So I think I was like 226th in the PWI this year. So I guess I got to be number 1. So hopefully shows start up so I can start knocking down, climbing the ladder.
There you go, man. That's hey, hashtag Josh Alexander, baby. Out there in the Twitter land. Go ahead, do it. All right, second part. Do you have New Year's resolutions for yourself or something you both want to achieve as a couple?
For me, business-wise, I do have something that I'm working on, but this pandemic is, I don't know how long it's going to last, and it might hinder me from being able to
slow things down.
Yeah, slow things down.
If 2021 is the same as 2020, nobody's doing much. I mean, I think at least, right?
Yeah,
because you can't do it now, so it's pretty strict up here. So
yeah, especially here, we're on like complete lockdown until the end of January, I think.
Yeah, and then maybe longer.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't do New Year's resolutions usually because I'm like I like a starting point. So like this will just be like day 1 tomorrow, but I've made a thing to do more it's weird. I'll do more sit-ups and stuff at the gym because I always skip stretching and core work. So I'm just gonna do that every day.
So like for Josh, as far as like eating and stuff, he's pretty strict with himself, and sometimes I'll test him. Not that I would actually let him eat, but I'll test him and offer him, like whatever I had. I would never offer my Kit Kat, but I would just see if he would. And he's like super good with his eating, with his workout. So really,
gotta be a world champion.
Yeah, it's got to start somewhere. Awesome. All right, Jeff. Who is our next question from, my friend?
All right, so we've got Kim here. She says, Josh, would you like to face the Karate Man?
Uh-oh.
No.
Karate Man's mysterious. I mean,
and I showed him mercy, so
I don't know if anyone. I mean, I don't know. He's mysterious. I'll say that.
It's a sore spot, okay? I'm not a fan of Karate Man.
Yeah, I think we kind of got that a little bit. Yeah, kind of got that a little bit. It takes me back to those old Van Damme movies a little bit. Whenever I see that guy out there, man, I'm like, okay, all right, fair enough. Nails wants to know: can we ask Josh when we are starting the campaign for his title run? He pinned Tessa. She didn't lose the belt, and he hasn't had his title shot.
I mean, people have been campaigning ever since I pinned her last March. Kind of. I've been seeing it pop up nearly every week. So the campaign starts now, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. Right now.
Right now, we'll get it started.
Right now. Don't wait. All right. DJ B-Tazzy, part of our group. Tazzy is part of our little crew here with the Insiders, does our Impact Wrestling with us as well. Question for both. Would you rather be heel or babyface?
I'm a heel at heart. I started off as one, and oh no, I ended off as one. That's a babyface. Never mind. That totally did not work.
I'd say heel just because I like the responsibility of having to get the babyface over.
There you go. There you go. I was talking about the show last night with the Brody Lee show. I was talking with Jeff about this and how, you know, for them to do that, for the heels to come out during that whole thing last night, man, that took some work. Then when you know you have to come out and you've got to be the bad guy during something like that, man, that's got to be brutal. That really has to be tough to do. So kudos to, you know, to anyone that has to play that role. But you're right. I mean, you have to drag that out of somebody else and have people hating you. That's not an easy thing to do. So yeah, that's awesome. Rusty Shackelford wants to know, 2020 will go down as a memorable year for all the wrong reasons. Tell us your most positive moment from this year.
I mean, 2020 was professionally the most successful year I've ever had, regardless of pandemic and lockdowns and all this other stuff. I think the North became nearly a household name in the wrestling community all over, whether you're an Impact fan or not this year. And to say we did that during this crazy time is like, that's something we're both really proud of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jade, you can answer that one too.
Honestly, as a mother's perspective, just seeing my 2.5 excel. He is like off to reading right now. And this is all led by him. And I just help give him the tools. So it's been pretty amazing to see how far he's getting and how well he's understanding things.
We just got lucky. He was 1.5 years old. And he literally was addicted to numbers and the alphabet, and like that he's doing that all.
Yeah.
My other son was into like Jello and like others. I don't know. We didn't do anything different.
That's awesome. Awesome. I love it. All right. Little T wants to know, Josh, would you ever want to compete for the X Division Championship? That's the first question, 2-part again, and then he has a question for Jade right after. So let you answer that.
I would love to be the Samoa Joe, the modern day Samoa Joe of the X Division, and just run through that entire place because I'm just as fast as everybody in the X Division, but I'm much bigger and stronger. There
you go. There you go. That's awesome. And Jade, who is your dream opponent you would like to get in the ring with?
There's a lot, but I think my number one would be Gail Kim.
Oh, nice.
But awesome. He's retired. But she's so amazing.
Again, never say never. You never know
right.
if they'll stay retired. So, yeah, you never know. That's awesome. Craig says, so how did you two meet and how did the first date go? Oh, Craig's getting a little personal here. Huh? Look at that.
Or do you want me to answer?
No,
you pick a part. You pick the how did you meet or how did the first date go? Which one do you want me to answer?
I'm terrified for you to answer either of them.
I want to know which one.
Okay. Okay, I'll do the meet. Okay. And you be
sure.
This is there might be kids watching, so I'm kidding. How did we meet? The very first time? Should we say it?
No, I think they mean like when did you like
okay,
obsess
so
over me?
You lie. You lie. Okay. How did we meet? I was trying to win something from the Raptors Twitter. They were having like this free they were giving away a BlackBerry, which I love BlackBerries.
Oh my goodness, BlackBerries, yes.
BlackBerry person. So they were giving away a BlackBerry and I was like, oh, can somebody help me? I just tweeted out, can somebody help me with like a witty tweet? And then this guy DM'd me and he helped me. I didn't win.
On the BlackBerry guy.
You freaking liar. You're a liar. I told him if I win, I'll gift you something from Roots of Fight. That was. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't remember anything.
No, I don't.
Okay, so that's how we started talking. And then, well, after that, we didn't talk for like a couple weeks. And then the Raptors had another giveaway for another BlackBerry. I was like, come on, I really need a new phone. I need to upgrade from my old BlackBerry. And so I think I DM'd you that time. Yeah, for help. And then like it was still nothing back then, but then we just like slowly started DMing back and forth. Like slowly. Okay, your turn.
I went to work at 4 a.m. and I didn't sleep. It was a good day.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, that's
First
great.
date. How about I just answer that real
you
quick?
ordered mussels or something that came in a shell that was gross, and you went and ate
Freaking
40 mussels.
Mussels, yes. Okay, our first date was actually on St. Patrick's Day. So of course we went out to like a pub so that we can have did we even have a beer? Yeah, of course we had a beer. That's a stupid question. But I had mussels. Okay, I'm sorry, but mussels as appetizers are amazing. I didn't know that he's not into seafood before, so I'm just enjoying myself.
Yeah.
I haven't had mussels in a while. Anyway.
Josh, I'm here for you, man. I detest anything that looks like that's been on the bottom of an ocean, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. And my wife loves it. My wife loves all that stuff, like calamari, and I'm like, no, I'm seeing that stuff. I'm like, no, absolutely not.
I love all.
I have that one. I can have steak. Like,
yep. There you go, steak and potatoes, baby.
Whatever, guys.
That's awesome.
I'm with you, Jade. I love
thank
all
you.
seafood, all seafood. So I'm with you.
Well, there you go. All right. D Cohen 22733 says, Josh, what do you think of the way Impact is being portrayed in the current storyline with Don Kallus and Kenny Omega?
I mean, it's beneficial for both companies, I think. I think it's really beneficial for Impact because it gets those casual viewers that might have left to go see AEW that can come back and see how awesome we are now. I think Tony Schiavone has really been dragging the name through the dirt with these paid advertisements. But
oh, yeah.
Other than that, I can't say there's a bad thing about it.
The advertisements, again, they're a throwback too. When you see those, and you like to see the words flashing up on the bottom of the screen, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love it. Nails again says, would Josh like to take the belt from Swan, or would he prefer someone else to have it first?
I mean, Swan is very beatable. We gotta look at this realistically here. Yeah. I have no preference tonight. No preference.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go. There you go. What else do we have here, Jeff?
Let's see. Craig just asked a question here.
Okay. Does Josh have any funny story he can share with us about Brody Lee?
I mean, okay. There's one in like 2006. I was really new, and I went to like a small Canadian show, which was right across the border from Rochester. So Brody was coming up for these shows as well, and this is when I met him and his wife. His wife was a referee at the time, and this is like 2006, like I said. And I don't know why, but somebody told me they would buy me dinner. I was very poor and like 18. They would buy me dinner if I wore all my ring gear to the post-show restaurant. And so like I went into this it was either I eat and I wear spandex, or I don't eat and I wear my jeans. So I wore my singlet, which had tassels attached all over the place. It was a very different time. It was a very different Josh. Into this place. And I remember I sat down at a booth with this guy, and he was and like nobody was sitting with us. Nobody was sitting with us. And then Brody and his wife came up and sat with us, and he just like stared at me for like 5 minutes and like said nothing. And I was just like really intimidated because he's 6'7".
Yeah.
And finally, he just like looks at me and goes, "Why are you doing this?" And I was just like, "It's either this or I don't eat." And he goes, "All right, man, I respect that," you know. And then he proceeded to make fun of me for the rest of the night and like point out things to the waitress that kept coming over to get like drink refills. But yeah, that's like my first memory of Brody. Like I worked with him that night in a match, and after that, like he was always there. He was just always a guy that had my back, even though we didn't talk. We wouldn't talk between shows. You know what I mean? He was just like everybody that's saying this stuff. Like I haven't talked to Brody I haven't talked to him in person since 2012. I haven't had any contact with him in like 3 years, just because I was like, I'm gonna see him soon. You know, he just AEW, I might see him. You know, and like it feels like I was with him yesterday when I see these videos and hear these stories about him. You know what I mean? Like he touched everybody.
It's great to hear everything that was told. You know, there's a person you didn't hear a single bad word about from nearly anyone. And the fact that it got I was talking to Jeff about this today too. The fact that it got like so many people together, and it didn't matter what company they were from, where they were from, what, you know, but all of the athletes and the superstars that talked about him, none of them had a bad word to say. And they all came out and said that they remember him most for being a family man, which is unbelievable. So that's fantastic. Nail says, I need to know how Josh manages to keep such a straight, scary face all the time, especially when Ethan is being a goof. I'm guessing he's going to get scarier now.
Oh, I'm definitely going to get much scarier. I mean, I got to hold the company and everybody in it accountable for what they did to my best friend and tag team partner, right?
There you go.
You can't drive insane and not get the consequences. And this is just my face. This is my happy face, my sad face. It's just stuck like this. I don't know.
It's him letting off steam because he's stuck with me for like.
You said stuck.
7
I never
days.
said stuck.
I'm
I'm very happy to be here.
And it all goes back to the muscles.
Quivering.
Oh man. Rusty says, we got a hair question. Jeff could relate probably to Josh, just curious as a fellow Baldy, how many times a week do you have to shave your head? I'm up to 3. Oh god.
Yeah, I would love to do it 2 to 3
times a week.
Yeah, I would love that. But I just do it once a week before I have to like look presentable. Usually. Like before I leave for my shows, I'll shave my head.
3 times a week. How does he have time?
Yeah.
Do you use a Bic? Like, what do you use?
Yeah, probably. No, I slice up my head once a week with razors and.
Oh, I'm right there with you. I've got a gash right now that.
Oh man, I cannot relate, unfortunately. Well, not yet anyway, but I'm getting there. My wife likes to remind me that I've got a nice bald spot right in the back of my head all the time. So it's catching up, I think. Craig says, so would Jade ever consider managing Josh? Oh.
I actually got to manage him once and one time only, sadly, and I loved it. I thought I wouldn't, because I've always had that mentality of I don't want to be involved with him in wrestling. And I don't know why. I don't know if I just didn't want to involve myself with him. And he was just like, just come out and manage me. Yeah. So I was like,
so he was offering us an extra payday.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, fine. And when I walked out with him, and I love his music. I love his music in the indies. And I guess just coming out to that, I just felt, I don't know.
Bit of swagger.
I don't, a big of a, swag coming out. No, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was a sweet bucket list thing. Like, you didn't know if it was ever going to happen again or before, you know what I mean? So.
I definitely would love to again.
There you go. All right. Well, see, it's possible.
Make it happen, Impact, please.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Chris in our chat's talking about blackberries. Oh man, see, the blackberries still exist apparently. Some good Lord.
I love
Good
blackberries.
Lord.
I don't care. I took in all the hate. I absorbed it and just spit it out. I love blackberries.
I've been selling phones since I was working at Radio Shack years and years ago when they were bag phones and they'd go into people's cars. And I had a BlackBerry once. I think they gave me one when I was a manager one time. And honest to God, I hated it. Oh my God, I couldn't use the damn thing. I'm trying to push buttons. I'm like, what the heck? I couldn't. But yet I know people that absolutely love them. People that absolutely love them. Every single time they'd be up for a new phone. I got to get a BlackBerry. Who knows? Again, these companies find a way to make their comebacks every now and then. So they might be back somewhere down the road too with some kind of bizarre. Everybody wants nostalgia. So you're seeing now these phone companies making flip phones and stuff like that. And, so who knows? It may make a comeback at some point. You may get your BlackBerry back again. Sunny Wolf wants to know favorite TV shows that you guys watch, and who do you look up to? I guess who would like a role model be for each of you?
Yellowstone's my favorite television show right now. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It's awesome. And who do I look up to? I honestly, like, it was all the workhorses in the indies in Ring of Honor and stuff when I started. The AJ Styles, the Low Keys, the Amazing Reds, all those guys that got me into wanting to pursue this as wrestling, like a profession rather than, some unattainable thing I could dream about. So, like, I look up to all those guys. I want to be revered with those guys.
It's awesome.
For me, a TV show is I absolutely love The Office, the American version. I could recite everything. I watched over and over and over and over and over again. Person I looked up to, I'm gonna say Sherry Martel. I absolutely love her because I love managing. It's my favorite in the world. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, Sherry was fantastic. What a fantastic character that she had, and yeah, that's awesome. What a great answer.
She could work with anybody, and she just kind of molded herself into their character.
Yes, she did. That's amazing. All right, we will have one more question. We'll finish up with this one because we'll let these two guys go so they can go celebrate New Year's properly. So. Craig says again, how awkward was it meeting Ethan Page for the first time, Josh?
I don't know if I'd say it was awkward. I was 18. He was 16. He just came into a wrestling school and thought he was the best person that walked in before he even ever started training. So it definitely, the relationship didn't start off the best. It took us a few years to actually become friends, but I wouldn't say it was awkward at all. He was just a dorky 16-year-old kid, and I was a dorky 18-year-old kid.
There you go. Oh, man, awesome. Well, listen, guys, I know it's New Year's Eve, and, I know you guys are going to want to go celebrate New Year's Eve and kick 2020 out of here just like we are. Before we let you go, though, please tell us, Jade, I know you have a Patreon you just started, so tell us about your Patreon so our guys will know where they can find that.
Thank you. Yes, patreon.com/Jade Chung. Super easy. I never get my name in anything without having to add numbers to it. Yes, I think there's 5 tiers. I just started it, so I'm a little nervous because it's just something new, right? But yeah.
Very
cool. Walking_weapon on everything. So if you want to support me, check me out. If you want to buy a t-shirt from there, my Teespring's linked to all of it. Otherwise, just watch Impact every Tuesday night and enjoy the ride over the next year and a bit while I'm, going for that world title.
There you go. That's awesome. Guys, I can't say how much we've loved having you here with us tonight on New Year's Eve. Special for us because it was our first live interview that we've done. We've had several interviews before. None of them have been done live. We did them all kind of podcast format. It's such an honor to have you both together tonight answering questions from our community and from us. Can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And man, I can't wait to see where you go this year, Josh. I'm I'm really, really excited to do that. And of course, Jade, thank you so much as well for giving us insight into the side of wrestling you saw as well, because it's always great to hear that. We've spoken to other, female superstars, and they've kind of said similar things. So it's really great to hear that as well. So I really, really appreciate it. Jeff, before we go ahead, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you both. This was absolutely fantastic. We enjoyed having you, and hopefully we can have you back on again at some point. And you never know. Maybe you might have a little bit of gold.
Yeah.
Okay, if it happens, I'll come back on. We'll make a deal.
Awesome. Awesome. Deal. Deal, man. Well, hey, listen, again, thank you so much for being on. Hope you guys have a fantastic New Year's Eve and a great New Year. Please stay safe. And we wish you both all the best. And thank you so much for being a part of our show.
Thank you for having us.
4 J's.
Yeah.
4 J's, baby.
4 J's.
Throw up the 4. Yes. Yes. Awesome, guys. Thank you again so much. Have a great rest of your night. Awesome.
That was really fun, Joe.
A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Really, really, really appreciate them coming on. That was fantastic. Loved it. Hope you guys did too. I know you guys got a lot of questions out there. Really, really cool to have people come in with us and talk live with you guys. And really glad that you guys got to be involved in all that as well. So, really, really cool to have those guys come on. Impact is such a big part of our stream now, and to have anybody in from Impact, especially Josh, is an absolute honor to do that. So awesome. And
Good stuff, man.
Everything continues, right? We are just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going.
This is the stream that doesn't end.
Look at that. We got Tazzy in the building. Tazzy's in the building.
Wait, I gotta do this.
And Jodie's in the building. Look at this. We've got a party.
I gotta do this. It's a party, baby. Let's go.
Yes, it's a New Year's party.
Yes.
Oh man, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I really don't want to be the main screen set up right now. So yeah.
Oh man, everybody in the chat saying they liked it. That was amazing. Miss hanging out with them every Wednesday, says Twans. Happy New Year, everyone, says Conrad. I haven't even gotten the chance to talk to people in the chat because we went right into the interview. Thank you all for joining us, asking questions. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button. We are big into Impact. And if you are Impact fans, come with us on Tuesdays. If you normally watch Impact and you want to come out and watch along with us, please do so. And you will hear a lot more about the guys that we interviewed tonight. Obviously, every Tuesday night. Subscribe to our channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button on the video tonight as well. We really appreciate that. And again, thank you so much for coming out for this. All right. Jeff with the graphic. You can see it up on the screen. I promised this to you guys, and I'm following through on my promise because I actually.
Joe, before you go any further, we also have Brandy that's joining us briefly. She's not feeling well, but
okay, sure.
She wanted to join briefly. So, hey, Brandy.
Hey guys.
Hi, Brandy.
Hey, Brandy.
This COVID symptoms is just not going to let go. So it looks like I'm ringing in the new year with the same stuff, guys.
Ugh. So sorry to hear. And, again, I've said this before, Brandy, you are an inspiration to a lot of people, including myself. The fact that you've had this, over and over again that you're dealing with this, and the position that you are is an inspiration to everybody, and everybody out here is obviously praying for you, thinking about you, and just like I said, get well soon, rest up, and let's beat this. Let's beat this, and get moving on forward in 2021, and get Brandy's show back. So let's go, man.
Yes.
And wishing you all the best.
Still coming to you from the hot tag hacienda, by the way.
Tag hacienda. Nice. I like it. We can build a graphic for that, Jeff, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, we can do it. We can do it. Make it happen.
Oh man, well, yeah. Take care of yourself, obviously, first and foremost, and we all love you. We all miss you. I know the community does as well, and so yeah, just focus on getting yourself better, and we hope to hear from you really soon.
You guys mean so much to me and the community. I just want to say I love you guys and Happy New Year.
Absolutely, Happy New Year to you as well. Well, that was awesome. Thank you, Brandy, for coming in. And like we said, go rest up, and obviously get over this, and let's beat this. Let's go in, like I said, go into 2021 and just beat all this garbage back. So thank you for coming on. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not singing this entire thing. I'm going to tell you flat out because I will have no voice afterwards. So that's not going to happen. So I'll put my little spin on it. So, all right, here we go. All right. Everyone gets to sing along. This is good shit. All right, here we go. On the first day of Vincemas, I gave this gift to me, a legend returning for Saudi. Yes. On the second day of Christmas, I gave this gift to me, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the third day of Christmas, Vincemas, I gave to me, I don't have a true love, I gave it to me because I'm my true love, a 3-hour Raw, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the fourth day of Vincemas, I gave to me 4 split up tag teams, because who needs tag teams anyway? 3-hour Raw, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the 5th day of Christmas, Vincemas, I keep getting this wrong. Who's feeding me cue cards? They're not right.
My fault.
The gift I gave to me, 5 reigns of reigns. Who better than to reign 5 times than Roman Reigns? 4 split up tag teams, 3-hour Raw, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the 6th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 6 members of Retribution, the greatest faction ever. 5 reigns of reigns, 4 split up tag teams, 3-hour Raw, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the 7th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 7 Raw script changes. Yes, Raw is terrible. I need to change the script. 6 members of Retribution, 5 reigns of reigns, 4 split up tag teams, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. Get Goldberg on the phone. On the 8th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 8 cans of dog food to eat. 8 cans of dog food spilled all over Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin. 7 Raw script changes, 6 members of Retribution, 5 reigns of reigns, 4 split tag teams, 3-hour Raw, 2 meaningless drafts, and a legend returning for Saudi. On the 9th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 9 tables for Lana. Take that, Rusev. Yes, 9 tables for Lana. I'm not going backwards anymore because I don't have to. I'm going forward now. 10 on the 10th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 10 Thunderdome bannings. Yes, you're banned from Thunderdome. You're banned. 9. I'm not going back anymore. On the 11th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 11 endless feuds. Yes, this will never, ever end. Feuds don't ever end. And finally, on the 12th day of Vincemas, I gave to me 12 cameos. Canceled. No cameos for you. Canceled. Every one of them. I don't even want to hear that word anymore. 12 cameos canceled. And before I go and leave you all for this happy holiday and happy new year, I just have one thing to say. You're fired. And my voice has had it. I'm done. Oh, I'm done.
Oh,
Thank you to all who contributed to that. Jeff helped out with some. I had others help me with it. Thank you all to who contributed to that as well. Really, really appreciate it. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to do. I did do the whole thing. I could not count backwards. There was no way I was going backwards anymore because I could kind of feel it in here. I'm done. Like the voice is shot. I probably won't be able to talk tomorrow. Joshua says 10 out of 10. Thank you so much, Conrad, with the horn. He gave me the Dio horns. Yes. Yes. Bravo says Nails. Days fan says Goldberg something. Yes, I mentioned Goldberg. He should be happy.
He's mad. He's mad because he and Eric both are mad because we didn't ask Jade and Josh to comment on the legend that is Goldberg. So,
oh well, you know that's not going to happen.
anyways,
Anywho,
you know,
well,
as my dad used to always say, "You ready for this one, guys?
Yes.
Build a bridge and get over it."
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you to Jeff, obviously, for doing all of those graphics. He was sending them through me to me throughout the day, and I said to him, "You're doing a graphic for each one?" He's like, "Yeah, why not?" So thanks to Jeff for that amazing work with all of those graphics. So that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed doing that. So thank you, and I'm glad I could bring that to you guys as well. So that was a lot of fun. Jesse says that was worth the wait. I've been looking forward to it for 2 weeks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So there you go. All right. So, Jeff, I think we're going to talk about our favorite moments from 2020. Is that where we have next?
We are. Yes, we are. We have this nice little road that was 2020, and I honestly just picked a straight road, but if I actually matched it up with what we had, it would be one of those mountain roads that it sucked. So just know that it sucked, folks.
We would have had a lot of craters and potholes in that road as well. So yeah.
Very true. Very true. Very true.
All right, so that's what we've got going next. Again, thank you all to everyone who's come in. Twan's is clapping. Thank you. Nail says he did the whole thing. Well done. Thank you very much. I couldn't have done. There's no way I was going back through all 12. If I would have went back from 10 back, I was done. Oh, please, time wrestling days, says Jason Peace. Oh boy, here we go. All right, so let's start our favorite moments. What are we doing? Are we doing 3, Jeff?
Yeah, three. Let's do it.
All right. Well, Jodie and Tazzy are here, so let's bring them in on it. I put you know what? Put Tazzy on the spot. We put everybody on the spot here. Tazzy, give us, and you know what? They don't even really. I mean, you could go 3, 2, 1 if you want to do that. If you want to just name 3 things that were, the top of your mind, that were your favorite moments of the year, go right ahead and do that as well. Whichever you want to do. So go ahead, start, Tazzy. What is one of your top 3 moments of the year in wrestling?
That's actually pretty funny because I was actually thinking about my top 3. So I'm already prepared.
There you go.
So just name all 3 of them straight. Just go ahead straight.
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My number 3, we're going to go up. We're going to 2, 3. it's going to be Edge returning at the Royal Rumble.
Mm.
I mean, me being a Edge fan from when he was wrestling full time, that was big for me. That was like I was marking out on the couch, always broke my couch. So it was like that was a big moment. That was a big moment. The other moment was actually pretty big for me was the Undertaker farewell at the Survivor Series.
Yep.
So that's number 2. And I do want to say this because I haven't anybody know I have not been on camera or on show since this happened. So my number 1 is the wrestling community getting behind all together for Brody Lee. So really shout outs to the wrestling community and the fans and everything. And that was awesome. And me being a Wyatt fan supporter since NXT, that's big for me, and me getting to see him a couple times live. That's awesome. I try not to get choked up about it, but you know,
yeah.
But that's my number 1.
That's I can't disagree with you. That was, and we could touch on that in a little bit too, but that was phenomenally done. And I can't tip my cap enough to AEW for the job that they did with that show. Hopefully we never have to see it again. I mean, that would be wishful thinking, but it was phenomenally done. All right, Jodie, we'll put you on the spot next. Top 3 moments of, I'm kind of thinking we might get a Bray Wyatt moment in here, maybe. I don't know what makes me think that, but I'm kind of thinking we might. Go ahead, Jodie.
Since I'm Abby and that's my show, I'm going to do my top 3 Bray moments of the year.
You go. No rules tonight. Go right ahead.
I don't have them in any particular order. So I'm going to first say the Firefly Funhouse match with the return of cult leader Bray, because I completely marked out. I'm also going to go with his strap match against Daniel Bryan. That was this year, right?
Yeah.
Because that was probably my favorite match of the year. And I'm actually going to go with setting Fiend on fire, because I think this is going to end up being something way bigger and more awesome than we can possibly imagine. And we've heard that from several people. So I think it's going to be, it hurt in the moment and it was really strange seeing, the Fiend get set on fire, but I think it's going to lead to bigger and better things.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, obviously from Abby, you are going to get stuff about Bray, so absolutely fitting. And it was a huge year for Bray Wyatt. A lot of people are saying Bray carried WWE, and that's a comment. They were saying, the people who carried, they were talking Bayley and Sasha on the women's side, and they were saying that Bray carried the men's side through COVID. So that's an amazing compliment for anybody.
I mean, non-wrestling show related, obviously I got to meet Bray this year. That was kind of the highlight of my year.
Yeah, that's awesome too. That's right. It's so crazy that
talk to him on the phone.
It's crazy to think that was so long ago. I mean, it was almost a year ago. Yeah, we did your interview back in like March. So yeah, that's crazy, man. It's gone so quickly. But in a way, this year, I think it's kind of good it did. All right, Jeff, man, you're up, dude. Go right ahead.
Spoiler alert, Impact will be in my top 3. Just know that. Just know that. Number 3, Edge returning. Yep. Edge was always one of my favorites. So just seeing him return after we thought his career was completely over. That was just an amazing moment. Number 2 for me is Impact Wrestling, really just knocking it out of the park and owning the pandemic, owning their moment during the pandemic. And, I could kudos to WWE and AEW as well, but Impact just brought something different during this. And yeah, it was just amazing to see every show every week. They just kept raising the bar, and hopefully the guy that we just talked to will be their champion at some point in 2021. Because he deserves it. And if you haven't seen Josh Alexander in singles competition a lot, I urge you to go look him up. Go look him up, because honestly, that's a guy that I honestly believe 3 to 5 years from now, we'll be looking back on this, and he's going to be one of the biggest guys in professional wrestling at that point. I truly believe that.
And he's coming back if he wins the title.
That's right.
He's coming back if he wins the title.
Yeah, and he's coming back on the show if he wins it. So yes, I'm putting that into the universe, because I want him back on the show. No, number one. No, Eric, I'm not putting Goldberg on my list. He's number one in my heart, though. Not really, but he does have a place in my heart. So I am a Goldberg fan. I know you guys, do your thing with Goldberg, but he is actually he's actually one of my favorites of all time. I just didn't like what they did with a certain match in a certain place that we will not talk about.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm going to try my best to get through this without being emotional, because this is an emotional thing. So if I cry, I apologize. I'm pretty sure people will screenshot it and do whatever, and that's fine. I'm confident in my masculinity. I don't really care if you see me cry. I cry at some TV shows. Sue me. Anyway, honestly, my number one is being able to be a part of this podcast, and being able to make some, I can't even say friends at this point, family, which is something that I don't have a lot of. And 2020 for me, the continuation of everything that I went through in 2019. The start of the year was dark, and I got this crazy idea that I wanted to start a podcast, and I had just this random guy that I met in a chat named Joe, and we just happened to click and have a good time on my podcast, and from there, I never would have imagined that in December of 2020 we'd be at the place that we are, with the support that we have, with the community that we have. All of you guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome. And the emotional part for me is that a lot of you guys don't know this, and a lot of you guys saved me. Getting back into wrestling saved my life. I know that a lot of people don't talk about this very much, but that's got to stop. Depression and anxiety are real, and everything that I went through in 2019 was difficult, and the start of 2020 was difficult, and I wanted to give up, but I had people like all of you, like I said, people like Joe, like Jodie, Tazzy, Jesse. I'm gonna forget people. There are too many to name, but you guys saved my life, and wrestling saved my life, because I was at the end of my rope. And I am grateful for the connections that I've made. I'm grateful for all of the support And this podcast, we're just getting started, people. So if you think you've seen something in 2020, just wait until 2021, because we're about to hit the rocket ship, folks. And if you listen, it's still time to get on board. But just know that the group of people that are the insiders, we're a family, and all of you out there that support us, that come to every stream, that chant about Goldberg in the chats and all that stuff. We love all of you, and you guys mean so much to us. And thank you for all of your support and giving us a shot. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm done being sappy.
No, I mean, look, and I've said this countless times. I wouldn't be here without you, Jeff, without anybody else. Without Jodie's contributions to Abby's, without Tazzy coming on and uplifting everybody with his positivity, I wouldn't be here. There's no question I wouldn't be here. So everything you said, Jeff, you getting together with you, doing this, you let me live a dream. And there's not many people that can say that they can do that when they're 51 years old. I was a journalist. That's what I went to school for. That's what I wanted to do. And I just never got to do it. I did it for a little while, but it never really worked out. And things changed. Everybody's life changes. I went into a different profession, and here I am, all these years later. And my daughter came to me in February, I guess, probably last January or February, and said to me, "Dad, why don't you do a podcast?" And I'm like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I said, I don't know how to do this. And she's like, "Oh my God, it's so easy. Just go in this app. And you literally can record everything from this app." I think the app's called Anchor. We still use it for my 80s podcast. And that's where I met Jeff. I knew Jeff from Days' community. Look, hats off to Days as well. Look, Days gave us our start. There's no question about that. And I would never deny it. He gave us a start. We talked to him about it. He was the one who gave us our start. So I would never not go back and credit him for that. Because he was nice enough to do that. But had I not come into contact with Jeff in that chat, and we were just yapping about wrestling. And then when I went into his podcast, we were just yapping about horror films and wrestling. So there you go. You wonder why we talk a lot about horror films and wrestling. That's the origin story. So if you ever want to go back and listen to that, that is on our channel, by the way. But I would not have been able to live a dream if it weren't for you. So right back at you. And like Jeff says, I'm saying everything that everything that he said about you guys as well. There are so many podcasts out there, so many wrestling podcasts out there, and millions upon millions. The fact that we've gotten 1,240 some odd people to subscribe to ours before a year was up is phenomenal to me. Phenomenal. And we'll never stop thanking you guys as well, because without you, we wouldn't be here either. And for Jeff to pour his heart out like that, all I can say is thank you. And Jeff, I'm truly grateful that you're here, that you're a part of this, that you're in my life as well. And I appreciate you. And as I do Jodie and Tazzy as well. Because again, I would not be here without you. Have done so much. People, and I say this all the time, Jeff has done so much work to make an audio podcast look like a video podcast, which is phenomenal. Because normally audio podcasts suck. Literally, if you've ever listened to any of them and just see that dead screen on your, that screen with a logo on it for the entire hour that you're listening, it's really not entertaining. If you're in a car, maybe sure. But if you're watching it on YouTube, it sucks. So for him to do the work that he did before we got to the video part of it, and even still now, is just incredible. So yes, I echo all that. And for my three, let's see. Man, there were so many. My third one, I'm going to go with the Boneyard because I marked the hell out to the Boneyard match. I remember talking to Jeff on the phone when I saw that, and I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the fact that Taker then decided to retire and go out on that match, there isn't a better way he could have gone out, and I'm really glad he did because that was absolutely amazing. Rusty, I have to stop it. Congratulations, dude. Rusty is going to be engaged. I saw it over in the chat when Jeff was talking. Dude, that is amazing. So happy for you, man. On New Year's Eve, Rusty's going to be engaged. Guys, congratulate Rusty Shackelford. Dude, that is amazing. Absolutely amazing, dude.
Congrats.
Dude, congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you. So glad you announced that on our show. That's fantastic, man. Good luck to you. I know you won't need it. Happiness, a lifetime of happiness to you and to her as well. And man, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So awesome, man. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
So speaking of announcements.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Whoa. I have permission to say this, so I wanted to share it with you guys since not allowed to post it on Facebook. My mini-me, I've known her since she was 1, and she's 26 now. She's the reason that I became a nurse. I'm the reason that she became a nurse. She's about to finish her nurse practitioner degree. She waited until I got down here to North Carolina because she lives down the street from my parents, and she came out with her fiance. She just got engaged not too long ago and told us that she's expecting.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Wow. So
congratulations.
I'm gonna have a mini me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome news, man. Awesome. See, I love it because again, this is what this stream is supposed to be about. Positivity, love it. Love hearing the awesome stories going into 2021. What better way to start out like with 2 announcements like that? Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing those so much. It means a lot to us. It means a lot to the community as well. Positivity all the way. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, I completely busted out sobbing, uncontrollable crying.
I'm sure.
Like, oh my gosh, because it's a weird spot between, like, I feel like a grandma, but an aunt. You know what I mean? Like, she's my mini-me, so she kind of feels like my daughter, even though there's years between us. But so anyway, that kid's gonna be spoiled.
That's awesome, man. That's so awesome. Very cool. Oh man, very cool. All right, well, let's see. My number 2. God, there were so many cool things. The Fiend mandible clawing Alexa. Again, something I never thought I'd ever see. And when he came out, it was one of those things where I'm just like, he's not going to do this. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do this. And all of a sudden, oh my God, he did it. Yeah, I mean that and that whole storyline is just fire. And Alexa is just killing it in it, which I love to see because Alexa was kind of out of the picture. She would, she did the whole thing with Nikki, but she really wasn't in any kind of a big picture for a while. So that to me was number 2. Number 1. Oh man, there are so many number 1s I could put here. The Rascals celebration when they left Impact. It was absolutely amazing and wonderful. I'm going to do more than one number 1 because I can.
That's right.
Just because I can. But Brody Lee last night. When you got to the end of that, with his son.
Watch it.
Oh man, with his son and them giving him that belt and retiring that belt. Yeah, man, it was tough to watch, but it was so good. Eric Rowan coming back and holding up that sign, saying "See you down the road," dude. Just so well done, so well done. And I know we come down on AEW a lot, but man, oh man, did they do this right? They couldn't have done this any better. They had the Dark Order win every single match of the night. It was just so well done, and was just an amazing moment in the year in wrestling. And then, oh my goodness, I could go on and on and on, but my last one is getting away with the crime of the century. Oh, what am I saying? Oops.
Allegedly.
What do you say allegedly?
I didn't say that. What? What am I? What happened?
I didn't hear that. My earphones broke.
I didn't say.
I have no idea what you're talking about. No.
I didn't say
What?
that.
Oh.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
Edit that out.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard because we're live, but
You didn't hear that.
I'll try to take it out later.
None of you heard that, as the trial is still going on. None of you heard that. No, it's all fun and jokes aside. Jeff pointing out to me to watch Impact Wrestling has to be my number one, because I never really thought that I would like another show as much as I do Impact now. I hadn't been watching it for years and years and years. And Jeff was the one who got in my ear and said, "Joe, you need to watch this. You're really gonna like it." And I'm like, "Oh man, how am I gonna find the time?" You know, I'm already watching. I was kind of watching AEW. I was watching NXT. I was watching WWE. How am I gonna find the time? Well, I did. And wow, I'm thrilled that I did. It is an amazing show. And I love it. It really, really is awesome. And I really, really enjoy it. So there you go, guys. That was our moments of 2020 with a couple of amazing announcements in between. So awesome. Absolutely awesome. Rusty just said she knows the rule. No one tells Rusty no. Oh.
So Rusty, does that mean what we think it means?
Oh.
Have you asked yet?
Oh yeah, has it happened already? Has it happened already?
Waiting.
That's fantastic.
Waiting.
Fantastic. My number one was Tazzy screaming like a girl for Cross on the stream. Oh, Chris.
Okay. I am guilty. I don't care. I like Easton carrying Cross. I don't care. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it?
Oh man, Chris's number one should have been all of his many Manscaped commercials that he put live.
Those are pretty funny.
Yes.
If we had a top 5, that would have made it into my top 5.
Oh, for sure.
Because honestly, those Manscaped promos were just gold. And Chris, please keep them going, because please keep them going. They're awesome.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Absolutely. Like Jeff said before, you guys are insane, and it's really funny to watch. It really is. I mean, there's times you're not going to get great shows all the time. You're not going to get great wrestling shows all the time out there. So, you know, the fact that you guys are out there keeping us entertained, because sometimes we have to look out there to entertain ourselves when the show might not be all that great, and you certainly do that. So. Butterspark says, "Me and the puppets love us some Scarlet." Yeah.
I agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. So all right. While I got you guys all here, and I think I've shared it on Twitter, but in case you guys have not heard, our show for our TIGS Award is next week. So the TIGS Awards are next week. So that will be next Thursday. There is a survey up. Now I will pin it again. I had it pinned to our Twitter. Please make sure you take some time to go and vote. There are 10 categories. Also, there's write-in as well, where you can comment on that post and write in independent wrestlers. So an indie wrestler of the year male, indie wrestler of the year female. So please go in there and do that. And please go in there and vote as well. The voting is close in a lot of categories, so you can definitely make a difference. Your votes all will count, and we will award whoever wins in each category. So go ahead and please do that when you get the chance. Again, I'll pin it as soon as we're done, as soon as I'm done here, I'll go and pin that back up to the top of our Twitter page. So please go ahead and do that. And next week, next Thursday, we will have our Tigs Award show on our podcast. That will be the entirety of our podcast next Thursday. Will be our end of the year 2020 awards. We will announce all the winners that you guys chose. And then Jeff and I will give our winners of each category as well. So please go ahead and do that.
Joe, do you want to announce the two other things?
Oh, yes. So we're on
Monday.
Monday, Legends Raw. We are streaming Legends Raw. Never did a Raw before.
Joe,
That came from out of nowhere. Where did the voice come from? I can't see the voice. Where's the voice? We are going to stream Legends Raw. So for those of you who asked, we put the question out there to you guys. You seem to answer that you wanted us to do it. So we are going to stream Legends Raw. Jeff, do you want to just bring the gang in? Tazzy, you want to join? I mean, Jodie's probably going to be here as well. Let's just bring the whole damn group.
Going to be there.
Yeah, let's just bring the whole damn group. We're gonna have the whole damn group on Monday. So there you go. We'll have a 4-way panel watching Raw. So there you go. I get to mark. All I know is I get to mark out too. I'm a real American, which that's amazing.
And so you guys get to see me experience some of the legends that I have never seen before.
That's true. Right. That's right.
Bray's dad is possibly one of them. They did show him. So there you go. So we will do that. The other announcement.
And thank you, Jason Pease, for the donation.
Yes, thank you so much, Jason. Just brought a Keith Lee t-shirt. Cool, dude. That's awesome. I managed to get myself the Brody Lee t-shirt from AEW last night, and I have no idea how I did it because their store broke. Like, you literally could not get it. Their store was down so much. All the proceeds, by the way, from that amazing shirt go to charity. They go to his wife. They go to his family. So that was it's an amazing shirt. So check it out if you haven't done so already. All right. Second announcement. And I just found this out today from the good folks at Fight TV. We have a code. And I will put that out there as soon as I can for New Japan. So someone can win a code, and it's a bundle code. So you get to watch both days for free on Fight TV. So that is coming up, guys. That is the 4th and the 5th of January, as we talked about all of this stuff in January, and that is coming up already on the 4th or the 5th. So make sure that you go and enter that one. It's going to be a similar thing, retweet, like us, like Fight TV, and I'll make you have some kind of comment in there. Make sure you follow the rules. But yeah, they were good enough to offer us a code for both days of Wrestle Kingdom. Yes, Days fan. Both days of Wrestle Kingdom. So yes, make sure you go ahead and comment on that. I will have that out either later tonight or at the latest tomorrow morning. At some point tomorrow morning. So watch for that because they've been very, very good to us. We gave away a code for the Kiss concert today too, which was really awesome. I watched it earlier today. Me being a big Kiss fan, it was a spectacle to behold. They did a live concert from Dubai, from Atlantis, which is absolutely amazing. Never seen anything like it, and they put on a show. It was fantastic, and we gave away a code for that as well today. So yes, always stuff coming. So there you go. That is what we have coming up for you guys after we're done with this tonight. And coming up on the show, I know some of you guys may have to, you may have celebrations with your family. The United States is coming up close to 11 o'clock. I will be ducking out. I know Jodie might be ducking out for a little bit as well. If you guys are going to stick around, I can come back after the new year hits. I will come back and I will say, Happy New Year to all of you guys. If you're going to stick around, Jeff and Tazzy will be hanging. Jodie and I can come back after New Year's. So listen, we completely understand it is New Year's Eve, and I'm sure a lot of those that are in the States, may have families to celebrate and things like that. If you do, totally get it. But if you are going to hang around, we've got some stuff coming. We've got a Cooking with Tazzy coming up.
That's
And
right.
we got an Abby's Window, special edition Abby's Window coming up as well. So please stick around for any of that.
Yeah, James just said this.
Mhm.
Josh Alexander, I almost kind of feel like he said, you know what? I want to go on the Insiders. I want to do this big New Year's Eve thing. And then I just want to blow people's minds. If you have not looked at Twitter in the last 10 minutes, go look at the Walking Weapons Twitter, because he just put out a video. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps. It's freaking great. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, like just go check it out. This dude is money. If you haven't gotten on board yet, get on board while you still can. And we have one other announcement, Joe.
Okay.
Because you forget, Wednesday. Wednesday is New Year's Evil.
Yes. Yep.
And the Insiders will be streaming that day, a watch along.
For reals?
For reals, New Year's Evil.
Oh yeah.
New Year's Evil. It's gonna be right here on this channel. We're teaming up with Tazzy. Tazzy normally does those NXT streams on his channel, but he's gonna come over to our channel and we're gonna do that until we're gonna get Tazzy set up with the same deal that we have, so that way he can kind of have people come into his streams as well a little bit easier, so it's not as difficult from that standpoint. But we're definitely gonna do that. But yeah, Wednesday we're gonna be doing New Year's Evil, and that might be another day, but we won't talk about that. But that might be we'll get into that later. Anyway, sorry guys.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. And yeah, Tazzy, of course, does NXT very well on Wednesday nights. So there you go. Another team up. I love, when I was reading comics, man, I always loved team ups. I love team like Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, and I love team ups. That's fantastic. New Year's Evil looks amazing. Saw the end of NXT last night. Obviously, I was watching AEW, but saw the end. And the ending with the paintings on there and stuff like that, dude. That's going to be an amazing show. That's going to be an amazing show. So awesome, very cool. Moda, thank you so much for the kind donation, man. Really appreciate that. If IRS gets mandible clawed by the Fiend, I'm marking out to the freaking moon.
That would be insane.
Mark out his own dad. Yeah. That definitely would be different. That definitely would be different, wouldn't it? Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, well, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let Jeff do. I think what he got next, Jeff. Abby's.
We've got Abby's. We've got Abby's window coming up. So we actually get to have Tazzy as a part of Abby's window.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
I mean, honestly, though, this is like the Avengers, like you were saying. I mean, this is like the Avengers. We're all, a part of this big mega stream. And we get to have Tazzy as a part of Abby's.
Yes, that's awesome.
And we might have something to talk about, I think. I mean, I don't know.
We never. What can you possibly talk about with Bray Wyatt? I don't know. All right, guys. Well, listen. Like I said, if you guys stick around, please stay with us if you can. Ring in the new year, like we said, with us. We would love to have you do that. I'm going to step out, and I'm going to celebrate New Year's with my wife. Again, if I don't see you all, Happy New Year. Happy 2021 to all of you. May you all have a tremendous, tremendous 2021. And again, as I always say, stay safe, take care of yourselves. Mostly, I think for this year, just stay positive. just try to stay positive. You can look at news, you can look at, see all this kind of stuff, and it's just bad and bad and bad and bad all the time. But wrestling is an escape, and it should be. And try to just enjoy it. And it doesn't matter. I don't care what company you like. I don't care what company you don't like. That's fine. But just enjoy it. Just absolutely enjoy it. Lori says, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, Lori. Lori's always in our Impact streams. Go back and listen to our interview if you didn't already. You'll enjoy it. That was fantastic. So, all right, guys. Listen, like I said, have a Happy New Year. If you're not around later on when I come back in, have a great New Year and a great 2021. And for those of you overseas, obviously, Happy New Year to you already. You've had it already. So I can only wish 2021 is better for everyone. So I will see you guys all soon. Have a great rest of the show, and I'll talk to you all soon. See you all, guys.
Happy New Year, man.
So
all right.
When I turned my camera off, you guys missed it. My husband came outside on the patio wearing his Bray fedora and shining a flashlight in his glass of beer, playing the Bray Wyatt old theme.
That's awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Well, listen, there was something that happened.
Was it?
I think something happened on Monday. I'm not sure. I think. So Abby, talk to us a little bit about Raw from Monday night.
Well, I didn't watch the whole thing because we were at the beach, and I forget what we were. I think I'd taken the girls to get shells off of the beach or taken them to the pool or something. So I went to the pool. So I took them to the pool, and we literally got back right in time for that whole segment. Literally, as we walked in, my husband was like, Alexa just is about to come on. And I was like, oh, we didn't miss it. So I did get to see all of that. I love cliffhangers. I thought it was great. It's unappreciated these days, because everybody loves that instant gratification. But I love cliffhangers. I thought it was fantastic. So obviously, we got to see, Alexa called Brandy out to the ring, and she said, I want you to do, sorry, there's fireworks going on in the background. I want you to do to me what you did to him. And he kind of didn't do it. He was teeter-tottering, and, and then she said, you don't have the guts. And he said, she was pouring gasoline all over herself. And interesting to note that she poured the gasoline around her in a circle. Which I thought was an Easter egg, but then she poured the gasoline on herself, and she said, you don't have the guts to do it. The lights went out, and all we saw was Randy holding that match, and that was it. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Jason Peace, thank you for your donation. He asked, question for Jodie, did you think that ending was, I'm thinking you're meaning PG. As in, are we out of the PG era of WWE at this point?
I don't think we're out of it yet. I think next year's going to be very telling on the direction of where this is going to go. I don't necessarily think that all of WWE is going to be moving away from the PG era. I think it's going to mostly Raw, because I think it's USA Network that wants more of the adult content. I don't really think SmackDown's going to go, Fox is going to go for it. And I think that's part of the reason why Bray ended up moving to Raw, so that he had a little bit more freedom to do darker things, which, as we've seen, is coming to fruition. So, I think it's coming. I have a theory.
Are you going to share that theory tonight?
I think
is this a Monday theory?
I can give a teaser.
Okay. All right. We like our teasers.
We like our teaser. So I can go into all the reasons on Monday and all the reasons why I believe this to be true. But I am starting to think that Bray is Lucifer. And I have lots of reasons why. One of them is, if you go back and read about Lucifer, he was kind of God's favorite angel. And there's lots of little hints along the way. Bray's always had biblical references in his promos, and Joe kind of mentioned too when I kind of talked to him about it, about Dante's Inferno, and I think there's a lot of that in there too. Just definitely, if it's not as far as Lucifer, someone that's very close to him. Because he knows a lot. And I don't know really from all of my biblical studies, I don't really know of any other demon that knows the Bible back to front like that. And like I said, there's been a lot of biblical references in his promos along the way. There's been a lot of Easter eggs talking about angels with burnt wings. There's one line in particular that he says during the swamp match that just made me go, huh. Okay. Things that Alexa said about Hogan on Monday that I don't know who or what he prays to, but so that's kind of my little undeep theory.
I like that. Tazzy, what were your thoughts on Monday night and how it ended? And how do you feel about cliffhangers?
Here's the funny part. Like I said, I love the Attitude Era, and that's where we mostly got that. If you guys, I know we're trying to be PG here, but there is and I know Jeff probably remember this. There is a Val Venus cliffhanger where he was going against the Asians, and they had a knife, and it was all bad. But if you guys could look up Val Venus, and you probably could find it on the network. Look at me, but man, I do say this. Guys, be patient with WWE with this, because they're not going to go straight into the PG era. I mean, straight to the edgy version, because you guys got to remember, USA was the edgier, Raw was the edgier show, and then if you guys remember, SmackDown used to be on a network televised where they actually had to cut over a little bit. So be patient, let them get everything worked out. It takes time. Now, as for the story, I looked like, no, don't do it.
I was like that too. I was like, oh my gosh, is he actually going to do it?
Yeah, I was like, you don't do it. And I was like, maybe that's water. maybe that's a mental thing. Maybe that is water. And he dropped it and nothing happened. I was like, huh. So it's a possibility. That's probably why, if you guys know this, he did Raw talk afterwards and nothing was around. There was no burnt bars or nothing. I'm like, something ain't right.
I think it was more about trying to push him to that point, that breaking. And I know we've talked about that a lot on Abby's too, that for, the Fiend to really get to Randy, he's got to push him to that breaking point like Bray was to unleash the Fiend. So I think it was more about Alexa trying to break Randy psychologically. I figured when she came out in that dress that she was on fire.
Like, not the dress.
Not the dress, man.
But did you guys notice she drew a circle around herself?
Yes.
And that's what
if you look into that was a big thing in witchcraft as well.
Mm-hmm.
Circle is protection.
That's crazy.
you know, Bray loves circles.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's why when you did the circle, I'm like,
I saw her do that circle, and I was like, "Ooh, she do it, because it's all a circle, or is she doing it for protection, or I mean, because she, basically said in not so many words that, it wasn't a God thing because she was talking about Hogan. So if you're going opposite of that, go buying into this, Dante's Inferno, theory, there's a lot of ties to witchcraft in that, and I don't know.
Yeah. Now here's the thing, Jodie. Do you think she was doing that to protect herself?
No. Because you got burned in that spot.
Right. That some people may be thinking like, what the heck are you talking about? Protect. I don't think she did that to protect herself.
No.
So for those folks out there that are saying, what in the world are you talking about? Elaborate on who you think she's protecting, quote unquote, in that moment.
So there's a lot, it's been referred to several times along the years that, and even by the Fiend as well, that hell is under the ring. We've seen him drag Seth Rollins under the ring to hell, and we've seen him drag Daniel Bryan under there and chop his hair off. And
Undertaker slam Edge to hell. They said at SummerSlam that I was at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Undertaker.
You might as well just say hello on camera. I'm putting you on the spot, but
Who? My husband?
Yeah.
Come on.
We hear him. He might as well say hello.
He's got his Bray fedora on.
There we go. There's Chris, everyone.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
there's Chris.
So, yeah, Undertaker chokeslammed Edge.
Yep. And then lit it on fire. And I think it was Jim Ross on the call there said that he chokeslammed him straight to hell.
So, yes, there's been a lot of references to hell being under the ring. And obviously, Fiend, when he was burned the next week, Alexa said, it's like he absorbed into the mat. And what's under the ring, under the mat, he was home. He was in, you could say that was hell. So I think the circle was protecting the Fiend.
Yes. Tazzy has this look on his face right now, like he's in deep thought. I want to tap into that. Tell me what you're thinking right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because like all the things, like even with Kane back in the day and the Undertaker, they always came back from like underneath the ring, and I can see that being like the quote unquote hell. So I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Actually, makes a lot of sense, and I can see the whole that's that right there.
Tell anybody about what I said that I would like to see happen at Royal Rumble, or what I think could happen?
No.
So something I thought about going off this, that what could happen, what I think would be really awesome for when he comes back, is that say it's Royal Rumble nearing the end of the match and Orton's still in, looking like he may win it, and all of a sudden the Fiend busts out of the ring, rises up through it, the ring bursts into fire around it, and he rises up through the ring with his whatever his new mask, new look is, and then you see Orton's face, and he costs Orton the Rumble match.
I think you just blew Tazzy's mind.
Payback is a
yeah.
And then that would perfectly set up a WrestleMania match between them.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think the Fiend is going to emerge from within the ring when he comes back. I don't know when it's going to be. I definitely think when he comes back, he's going to come up from underneath the ring.
Do you get, and I'll throw it to you first, Jodie, and Chris, just jump in whenever, but do you guys think, since Alexa hinted at it, do you think we see him this week? Do you think we see a glimpse or some like something, anything related to him? Do you think we see anything this Monday since his Legends Raw?
I don't.
I like the idea of that,
Yeah.
especially since she mentioned Hulk, and he's already had a little bit of a run-in with Hulk previously. I don't think it fits. I don't think they're. I think I really don't think we'll see the Fiend till Royal Rumble. That's my thought.
I think it needs time. Obviously, you know, revamping this character and having him come back darker is going to take time, especially if there's people working on it. You know, if there's people working on it, you know, if maybe he goes back to Jason and have him make, you know, make some changes on the mask or whatever. I do also think I don't know what. I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing.
One more time.
But I do think that the context thing was an Easter egg of things that might be coming. If you guys remember, and we were in the match and we kind of talked about it. He at the beginning of the match he had one one eye without a contact in, and one with. To that. Don't think it was, you know, because we were kind of saying, well, why would they do that unless they filmed it out of order? But then that doesn't make sense.
No.
But you know, a few minutes later, he had both of them in. So that was an intentional stop filming, put the other contact in. You could definitely
tell there was cuts there because that was kind of shot a little bit cinematically.
So I definitely think that's going to be an Easter egg. I definitely think whatever this new version is, I'm really feeling like a Freddy Krueger type vibe. Like he's going to have part of the mask. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to have one blue eye and one red eye.
Wow.
I'm getting Freddy Krueger vibes, you know, a lot.
Oh, Tazzy has something.
I have a question, and this goes for everybody. Now, there's rumors about a gimmick match coming up. What is this gimmick match you guys think this is? Because I'm like sitting here and like I can see more fire. But in the house, I'm just saying. Like the fire. I mean, it could be in the Firefly Funhouse, and it's fire around the Firefly Funhouse.
I think that this thing with Randy only ends one way: a buried alive match.
That'd be cool.
That's my
Infernal buried alive match.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. That could one up it.
Oh yeah.
I think I told you guys my wish for that match. Basically, make it a match in the cabin that we've seen so much of that Kallus put out there. Make it a match there. Incorporate the swamp and incorporate an element where you have to bury your opponent. Like they have to physically make their way through the cabin. And after they make their way through the cabin, go outside and you have to, and there's a graveyard. There's a plot there. And you have to bury your opponent that way. That's what I would personally love to see. Because I think it incorporates every single thing that we've seen from this feud over the years. So yeah, I think I want to see that progression.
Yeah, I would love to see a match in the woods, you know, in that cabin.
Yeah.
I think that's also a good time to bring Alexa back as the embodiment of Sister Abigail for that match, like she did with Braun, because Abigail was obviously such an integral part of that feud back in the day. So I think that kind of almost is expected.
She's making a big part of this one too.
Yeah.
She's had a lot of interactions with Brandy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm just
happy with this.
Big Dan said Cabin of Carnage match.
I like that.
I like that.
Carnage. Instead of House of Horrors, Cabin of Carnage.
I like it. I like it.
A little better than House of Horrors.
So again, question for all of you. Alexa, what do we think is happening with Alexa? Are we starting to see more of
I'm not sure.
a change? My yeah, you heard.
It's Alexis.
So, yeah.
That happens all the time in our house.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna say her name again because that
Miss-
one will start the topic.
Call her Miss Bliss.
See, where you at? I see, I have to see all the time.
Miss Bliss.
Miss Bliss.
But Miss Bliss, what do we think is next for her in her development?
I still think she's going to continue to get darker. I very much enjoy this Joker Harley Quinn kind of relationship they've got going on. I think she's absolutely.
What was that? Oh dear Lord. What was that?
Wow.
So my text alert on my phone, I just changed it like a couple hours ago because we were sitting around in the living room with my parents and just listening to really funny, ringtones and text alerts and stuff. So I changed mine. Every time I get a text message, it goes, text.
You know what? I got to hear that again, so I'm about to send you one.
Everyone text her.
Classic.
That is amazing.
It's been making me giggle all night long.
Came out of nowhere, too.
I know, like, man, what in the world was that? What was that?
I don't remember what we're talking about. She's anyway, Miss Bliss is killing it. I think she's doing a fantastic job. And I think we're going to continue to see her get darker. I think that's where all of this storyline is going. I think it's just going to continue to get darker and darker and darker. And I'll say it again because we've heard it a million times from everybody that we've had on the show that knows him. We haven't seen anything yet.
I agree.
It'll be, I promise.
John Cena Gamer says, what if Alexa don't you do it? Don't you do it? Sorry. Confronts Hogan instead of Bray.
I think that's very, very possible.
I also think that I think we'll see Funhouse Bray before Fiend comes back, before what I think is the Rumble. I think we could see Funhouse Bray this week and him confront Hogan also. It could be Alexa. But I do think that Alexa's been talking to Funhouse Bray in the swing set. I think the other swing is Funhouse Bray.
Yep. In her mind.
Yeah.
Can we just
I never
saw Hogan just in general.
I would love to see that. Like maybe the camera is on Alexa and she's talking and she looks over. She keeps looking over at the swing and saying things like she has been doing all along. And I think
one of these times
it's going to pan over and Funhouse Bray is sitting in the other swing.
Cool.
What if it's the Fiend sitting in the other swing?
That would be crazy, but I don't think we'll see that. I think you have to do a bigger thing than that for his return.
What if he's on fire? Sitting in the swing and he's on fire.
Fire.
That would be.
I mean, the swing set is in the ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
She did say if he could choose to come back, he would come back to Alexa's playground. So
she did say that.
Is possible.
That she would come back. If he came back, he would come back to Alexa's playground. So what if we see the Fiend on fire?
Possible.
Sitting next to her.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Do you think she will wear a mask in the future? Ask Little T.
I feel like she will.
Yeah, I do. I think she will. I think there will be something there, even if it's just like a half mask.
Yeah.
I really hope we do. I'm not sure if we're for a while. I thought that it seemed like she might turn into a fiend type character and
A fiendess.
have a mask and stuff. Now I'm not so sure. I really hope that happens though, because I think it'd be awesome. She's doing such a great job with this.
I think she does really well without it. I think the contacts changing are kind of.
Think it'd be even more badass.
Yeah, I think the contacts changing are kind of their way of giving her a different look.
Mm-hmm.
And they stopped doing the dreads.
Mm-hmm.
John Elite asked, if Bray returns at the Rumble, will we get the 3 faces of Bray thing?
So I have a theory. Everybody thought the 11/19 was for the Undertaker. Obviously, that didn't come to fruition. What if the entrance is to the Royal Rumble?
Ooh.
What if he comes out at number 11 as Funhouse Bray, gets kicked out, and he comes back at number 19 as the Fiend?
Wow.
Looking back at it now, I don't think it was for the Undertaker.
Ted's mind is blown.
Also, if you go back, I was going to share this on Monday, but I'll share it with you now because it's New Year's Eve and we're in a good mood. If you go back and look at the piece of art that WWE Shop is selling from the WrestleMania match of not Funhouse Bray, Cult Leader Bray, in that like broken down, I don't even know what kind of room that was. Like an old shed.
Yeah.
If you look closely at that picture, right by his right foot,
Behind the rocker.
Was it?
Yeah. It's like to the right of it.
To the right, yeah, but it's to his right. There is an urn in that picture. Just saying.
Easter eggs, folks. Easter eggs.
Easter eggs. Easter eggs. Easter eggs.
I love Easter eggs.
It's been on our wall for months, and we just noticed it the other day. It's hidden right in plain sight.
And Bray's so good at that. He hides things in plain sight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can pull up a picture of it.
If you can, text it to me and I'll try to grab it and put it on the screen.
Okay.
I will say that Moda and I are on the same wavelength right now, because he says if WWE want it to be really creepy, why don't they have the other swinging, which
It
happened a little bit, not as much.
A little bit. I want to see it like a full. I want to see it
that would be cool.
Full motion. That's what I
do that. You could do that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
you can.
Oh.
Let's see what. Which photo was that, Jody?
It's the one of Cult Leader Bray.
It's like a still shot of part of the scene
This
from the
one.
Funhouse match. With
Hold
Cult
on,
Leader Bray
I'm gonna text it to you.
Okay.
By the way, I know Joe said this earlier. Shout out to Alexa, because she was nowhere near the storyline, and for her to actually be in the storyline on the fly, that's awesome, and she's doing an awesome job of doing it. Shouts to her.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, she's killing it. And honestly, Monday night, the emotion.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I felt it. I'm literally standing up. Like, don't you do that? Don't put it down.
Brandy, put the match down.
Put it down. Don't make me take a flight.
I'm sending you an edited screenshot.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get this to.
Yeah. It's not next behind the rocking chair. It's next to his foot.
Oh, I forgot the rocking chair was on the other side of it.
All right, let's see here. We're gonna have this photo here in a second.
Easter
It's so-
all around.
yeah.
Picture too.
Wow.
There are a lot of Easter eggs in that picture. Just go look at that picture. There's tons of Easter eggs in that picture.
Let's see here. For some reason,
There's the sheep mask in that picture.
Hogan is confronted by NWO Cena. That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
All right, let's see here.
Yeah, there's the sheep mask is in that picture. There's lots of skulls in that picture. There's a pitchfork.
Yeah.
So we literally, like, when we saw the urn, I think we stood there for a good 20 minutes going, what else is in that picture?
It's like, what in the world?
Yeah. And then obviously we got the picture from Kyle recently too, that it's pretty clear there's a 2 on the Fiend's forehead, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle with all of his freaking...
Kyle with his Easter eggs. Every single tweet he sends out means something.
Yeah.
I like, dude, hold on.
I know. I know. And you can't just look at the picture. You have to look at what he says too, because that's all Easter eggs as well, I'm sure.
For some reason, it's not letting me upload it for whatever reason, but just go look it up, folks. Just go look it up.
So that's the picture. And if you zoom in, right there is an urn. Right by
there you go.
Would never notice that.
Yeah.
We didn't notice it either until that night.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even remember how it came about. We were looking at it about something, and like, there's an urn by his foot.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, Jodie, before we're gonna wrap up here in a second, what can folks expect on Monday's episode of Abby's Window?
I think we're going to dig deeper into this Bray as Lucifer story. I did go back. Joe mentioned he was going to go back and read some more, like reread Dante's Inferno. There's obviously a lot of references to Dante's Inferno in that too. I went back and started to read some of it, just kind of like a synopsis of each chapter because it's really, really long. And there's definitely some interesting parallels in it, and we'll kind of dig deeper into that on Monday. Sure.
Okay. Well, Chris, thank you for joining us too.
No problem.
This should not be the last time that this happens. We got to have you on again. And
never is invited.
well, I mean, it's
I
there.
love talking wrestling. I've been doing it for 30 plus years. So
same here, my friend. So, maybe you could join us on Monday.
Sure.
We're doing a watch along.
Yeah.
For Legends Night.
I'll definitely be interested in that.
So you guys, I know Jodie, you wanted to go and hang out. So you guys enjoy.
My parents actually went to bed, so
well, I mean,
it's just
still, the two of you. I mean, listen. I was married once. There are good ways to bring in the new year that don't involve being on a on YouTube. I can tell you.
Hey, I'm glad you said it because you know my mind.
So listen, you guys go celebrate and enjoy, and we'll see you again on Monday.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Ooh. Teaser.
Teaser. No, don't give us any spoilers or anything like that, but you go have fun. Have fun.
We're gonna go get the girls and ring in the new year.
Watch
Watch the ball drop in Times Square that's currently empty. So sad.
Meanwhile,
2020.
China full of people.
2020.
2020. Bye-bye, 2020.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Ass on the way out.
We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys.
Come back after midnight.
Okay, sounds good. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
All right, man. So,
whew, what a streak!
I know, man. It's been
we laugh, we cry.
I know, man. It's this whole thing has run the gamut of emotions. So that's a good thing. So, what do you say, Tazzy? I know that you have a very, very, very special edition of Cooking with Tazzy, and you know what? I gotta show this off. I got
one more thing to share with you guys.
Okay.
Huh?
You want to hear the text alert that comes through when my husband texts me?
Yeah.
It's really, really funny. And then
Yes.
I'll go. Are you guys on? Hold on. Here we go.
You got a text from your husband that you're married to.
Wow. That's great. That is great. That's great. That is great.
All right. I'll talk to you guys in a few.
All right.
Okay.
See you.
All right. Bye.
So we have a special episode of Cooking with Tazzy.
Mm-hmm.
And for said episode, I said, let's just
dude.
Let's just have a little bit of fun. And
Would you look at that?
you said what now?
Would you look at that? That's like the fire is, dude. That's awesome.
I mean, I got a little creative.
Hey, Mr. Graphics over here, man.
I got a little creative, and we before we go into your kitchen, we got to have this look. We got to do this too. So set this up for everyone before we go into the video, and then I'll start the video.
First of all, shout out to you because that's awesome. And here's the funny part. It got me so motivated that I redid the whole Cooking with Tazzy. That's graphics, which is going to premiere on Wednesday. So I was like, all right. Well, in that case,
I had to show him a little sneak preview. So,
yeah, I'm like, dude, I like this awesome. So I was like, what in the world am I going to cook? I know a lot of people trying to minimize carbs for next year, trying to slow some down. I'm actually about to start getting on the treadmill actually on Monday. So I have a long Monday ahead of me right now. So basically, I decided to do a quesadilla burger, the Tazzy quesadilla burger. The reason why is because you don't use really bread. You actually use shells, like taco shells. You know what I mean? Quesadilla shells.
Yeah.
Where are you called? So
it's all good, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tell you what meat I use. It actually shows on the video. But yeah. So I decided to want to you guys to like trying to do get a little carbs out of there with the bread, because when people make burgers, they make a lot of bread, and carbs make you You know what I mean? So, should I just introduce it?
Yeah. So, hey, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? All right, man. Well, we're going to play this thing right now, and then we'll have like a couple minutes before the new year comes in. So here you go. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
This is a special edition of Cooking with Tazzy on the Inside Podcast, baby.
Hold on. I don't know if everybody else can hear it. So this is what I'm going to do, and this is the beauty of being live, is that you have to figure some things out on the fly sometimes, but here we go. So here is Cooking with Tazzy. If I can get to my play button.
Special edition of Cooking with Tazzy on the Inside Podcast, baby. Who's ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're cooking tonight. You guys ready? Today we are cooking the Tazzy Quesadilla Burger. You hear me? You hear me right? The Tazzy Quesadilla Burger. I'm going to go by step. Shouldn't be that long. It should be really, really scrumptious. I'll let you know it's a little trick to it, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special edition of Cooking with Tazzy. Baby! Who's ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have this is what I like to use. I like to use Angus beef. You use ground beef. You can use whatever you want. Whatever you feel like your taste buds want to eat. It don't matter. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, first, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get my seasons. So, I'm going to use some garlic powder. And you guys think I'm going to, like, put in too much on here? There's a reason why I'm doing this. It's because I'm about to put it all together. So it really don't matter because you got to get all the meat, seasoned, right? So we're going to season my meat, baby. Or give it to me. We're going to season my meat, baby. Because that's the way to do it. I don't know. So now we got this. We're just going to mush them together. Really easy. Keep doing it, turn it, all that good stuff, Keep doing it. If you want to put more seasoning, make sure it's more seasonable, you go ahead. So that's what I'm going to do. So, more garlic powder. Then, more seasoned salt. The seasoned salt I use is called Johnny's seasoned salt. I got this store. I tried it out one time. It's so good. Try that. All right. So I like the seasoned salt. Seasoned salt and garlic powder that's already used for for burgers and stuff like that. It's just that flavor. You got everything else in the burger that makes all the flavors go together anyway. So this is what it is. And continue doing this. Voila. Really easy. Really easy. So, just keep on pushing together, just like so. I'm using gloves because, you don't want that smell all in your hands for the whole day. Just saying. Okay. So I got the burger. Voila. Now, this is what I am going to do. I'm going to put this aside. I am going to get whatever you can. Just don't put it on the tabletop because it's a tabletop. Come on. So if you use a cutting board, totally fine. It's whatever. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to get one of the quesadillas right here. The quesadillas. And you can tell the size. I can't remember what size these are, which I can tell you right now. But don't get the small ones because you don't want a small quesadilla. So it's like a medium size. Okay. So you're gonna do this. The reason I'm doing this is so I can try to match up the size. So I got the burger. And no, I'm not gonna use this one, this quesadilla shell. But I'm gonna keep on doing this. And just try to season, trying to make it like it's gonna be part of the quesadilla right here. It's really easy. It's not hard, honestly. And then there you go. You got that going. You can peel it off if you want to. And you got that burger. And there you go. Now, this is what I'm gonna do before I get ready to cook this. Get a toothpick. You can use ice pick or whatever you guys want to, and you're just gonna go like this. Make it a little easier for you to cook. Just poke some holes. Just poke those. Just poke that meat, man. Poke that meat. Poke the meat. Poke that meat, man. Poke that meat. 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 Yeah. So not too meat. Yeah. So you're gonna poke that meat, and now you all ready to get ready to cook it. Stay tuned. We're about to cook our meat. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me push this up a little bit. Sorry. Just a little bit. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we got our pan, just a regular pan. Not too. It's a non-stick. What I'm going to do is put some tandem on it, just so it can not stick better. just to keep it real with you. All right. So we're gonna put our burger right here. I don't have it too high. I got it for like, if you have a electric stove, I'll put it for 3 minutes for number 3. Should be saved for gas stove, so it'll be number 3. Yeah, don't make it too high unless you want your burger super rare. I like my burger medium rare, so it's not gonna be cooked that long. I just want to make sure it's brown on each side. So we're gonna get our burger. And we're going to cook it. We're going to cook it. We're going to keep on turning it until it's brown on both sides. And right after I cook this, I'm going to show you what else to do after that. Stay tuned, man. The Tazzy quesadilla beer is coming up, man. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's still cooking. This is the perfect time, if you want to. Actually, for one thing, if I can find it, oh, there we go. You guys want to keep it, you can still poke it, like so. Keep on poking. And ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to continue putting seasoning on your burger, by all means, you can still put seasoning on it. So you can put a little extra more seasoning, just a little tad, not too much. There you go. Put a little more garlic powder on here too. Why not? Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on the other side too. So it's still cooking. And try to get a good spatula too, man. And I'm gonna keep on flipping it. I'm gonna keep on flipping it until it don't break apart, basically. But you can tell it's done. It's all nice and brown. You want it like, I'm gonna say dark brown, not dark brown, but dark enough brown, not light brown. You don't want it light brown. You want it like kind of like a dark-ish brown. That makes kind of sense. All right, I'm gonna poke this again, one more time, and I'm gonna keep on poking it. Now I like my burgers medium rare because that's the way I like my burgers. I like my meat like that. If you don't like doing it, I would lower your temperature to 2 and just do it until it's well done. And you can tell it was well done. If you have a thermometer, you can tell. So, and you can actually peel it off to like this. Go like this, and if you don't see the red, you should be good. Okay. Put more season on this. A little more season. Voila. And there you go. And we're gonna wait for it. It's gonna be a little bit longer, and we're going to continue on trying to make this beautiful, tasty, juicy quesadilla burger. B-Tazzy quesadilla burger. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like my burger is now done. I am going to put this on a plate with some shouldn't be a lot of grease, especially when you do an Angus beef burger. But I got my paper towel on a plate. Take it off. Voila. Burger is ready to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to do our next thing we need to cook. Stay tuned. All right, man. So this next step you don't have to do. This is technically part of what makes the Tazzy quesadilla burger the Tazzy quesadilla burger, but you don't have to do it. It's already up to you. First, I am going to spray the pan. And I'll spray enough where it's like, you can do this, or you can use butter, grease, however you feel like you want to have your flavor on this next product. So I'm gonna get my egg. I got an egg now. Go ahead and do that, just like so. I'm gonna do it one more. And we're going to cook it to perfection. And we're going to let that cook. We're going to let it cook. Should take another minute. Shouldn't really take that long at all, actually. And let it cook a little bit longer. All right, now I'm gonna do this because it's right next to each other. So I'm gonna do this. Just to spread them apart. Now, I am going to turn them. Turn the egg. Voila. Do the other one. Voila. And we're going to let that cook a little bit longer. About up 30 seconds or so. I'm going to get my plate. And that should be good for now. All right. The reason I didn't cook this too long because when I cook it again, it's gonna get cooked again, so it's all good. So there you go, your 2 eggs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready. Let's get ready to make the Tazzy quesadilla burger coming up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so it's time to make the burger. So here we go. I would get a pan, and I put some foil on it on top. A lot easier to clean up. It's just something that I do. So what I do is get some pan, spray that across like so. Then I'm gonna get my taco shell or quesadilla shell like so. Put this down. Then try to fold it where I know I was going pretty sure where it's going to be. So kind of fold it. Then you can unfold it for a second just so you know where it's at. Okay. Then you're going to get your quesadilla cheese. This is the quesadilla cheese. Quesadilla. You're going to put that right on top like so. Just enough. You want to do that. It's like a little bed for the burger with the cheese. Put a little bit more, like so. Then you're gonna get your burger. You're gonna get your burger, like so, and you're gonna put it right on top. Voila. Extra meat. That's good. All right. Now, I have my egg. This is what I'm gonna do with the egg. Put the egg right on top. Just like so. Voila. Then I am going to, and while we're doing this, before we even start, make sure you put your oven. We're gonna put this in the oven. Make sure you put your oven on 250. Not too high. Just enough just to to melt the cheese and all that good stuff. Okay. Normally when I do burgers, I actually do cook the onions. But since it's going in the oven, I really don't want to do that. So, So here we go. I got the onion, like so. Onion on top. And you're like, dude, is that going to fit? Yes, it is going to fit. Trust me. And you guys can see. Actually, I need to push this over a little more. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right. So once you smash this down, I'll smash it down so the egg can be in there. So, get the tomato. I know it's like, dude, what you doing? Like, yeah, dude. Get your tomato. Just one. Don't need too many tomatoes. Just saying. All right. Now, this is when you put more cheese on top. Yes, I said more cheese on top. Now, here's the thing. If you have a toothpick, and I'll be serious about this. If you have a toothpick or anything, get a toothpick. And I'll show you what you're going to do because I don't have a toothpick right now. But I'm going to use it, show you how to do it. So, I am going to put a little more cheese on this. Just enough. A little more cheese on the top. Now, normally, if I had a toothpick, I completely forgot I didn't have a toothpick. So, well, you know how that goes. What you're going to do, you're going to get this. And you're basically going to get the toothpick and you're going to go put it right in the middle. Just like so. Just like that. And then you're going to shove it in the oven. I'm gonna show you how this looks after you put it in the oven in about a couple seconds. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take the burger out the oven. Put it in there about 5 to 6 minutes. If you know, 5, 6 minutes. Yeah, 5, 6 minutes. That's all you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take this out the oven. See how our quesadilla burger came out. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you have a toothpick or anything that can stick onto the burger, make sure you do that so this part can like slide over more, but it's okay. Totally fine. Burger's supposed to be messy anyway, right? So, now, here's the thing. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to cut down the middle. Why? Because it's better than me, man. It's a big burger. And there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your quesadilla burger. Let me get a closer look. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, your quesadilla burger. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I hope you guys yourself. You guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at B-Tazzy.com. Or when this video is done, feel free to ask me in the chat. However you guys want to do it, it's up to you. Once again, thank you Happy New Year's, everybody. I hope everybody is being safe and staying healthy. Real quick, next Cooking with Tazzy, we'll be back on the B-Tazzy the Party channel. Will be for January 6th for New Year's Eve, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the Tazzy Spicy Chili. Stay tuned for that. We also got some big ones coming out too. We have at the end of the month for the Royal Rumble, Mama Tazzy back, ladies and gentlemen. Banana pudding is on the menu. I'm just saying, make sure you're there. That's January 31st. Make sure you're there. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you, everybody. I'm about to chop on this burger because, quite frankly, it gets way too good. I'm about to eat my quesadilla burger. About to eat my quesadilla burger. Hey, quesadilla burger, quesadilla burger, quesadilla burger. Okay, let me stop. All right. Good night, everybody.
Tazzy, that was awesome, dude.
Dude, I'm hungry. I made myself hungry, dude.
I'm sure you did. You just made me hungry, man. I mean, God.
Dude,
Like,
I'm like,
real, man.
me eating, I'm like, dude.
Like, I'm telling you, man, you did your thing on that.
Appreciate it. I do say this. I do recommend you cook your onions. Do it while you cook your burger. It makes the burger more flavory with the onions. So I would grill it with the burger. Just a little tip.
Little tip.
Just a little bit.
Little tip there. So dude, we got 2 minutes.
Dude, here's the funny part about that. I get to celebrate New Year's, bringing in New Year's twice.
That's right. You get to celebrate right now, and then you get to celebrate
The West
here in a
Coast.
little bit. So yeah. So obviously, I had a little bit of fun with Stone Cold.
That's pretty funny because that's why I'm wearing the shirt I'm wearing.
There you go. There you go. There you go. So
Just
I
saying.
made a few 2020.
Screw you, 2020.
Oh man, I had way
Classic.
too much fun. This is what I personally think of the year 2020.
I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, as soon as we get done tonight, as soon as we get done with the stream, I am heading to the bar. I mean, not the bar, my bar in here.
There you go. There you go. And now that we have 1 minute left, let's just yell at 2020 because it sucked.
Yeah.
Goodbye, 2020.
Yeah, you can kiss my.
You can, yeah. You really can kiss it. So yeah, 11:59 right now, and
Dude, crazy.
we are seconds away from it being the new year. And honestly, folks, from all of us to all of you out there, we just want to thank you for everything this year.
Yeah.
And if you thought 2020 was something, oh, there we go. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy
folks.
New Year. We even count like, hey, Happy New Year. Yes. Yes, finally.
Finally.
Thank you.
Happy New Year from the insiders, everyone. Thank God that 2020 is done now.
What bridge is that?
I don't know.
That's a nice bridge.
I know what bridge that is.
I like it. It's getting very close. It was very close to the Golden Gate. I'm like, oh, and then looking like, no, well, yeah.
Yeah, and man, the fireworks are going out here,
dude,
outside my apartment. So
I got another couple more hours of that.
So yeah, so Happy New Year, everyone. Folks, let us know in the chat. I don't really like to say resolutions.
Yeah.
I like to say goals. Because resolutions are things that you can set up and never ever attempt. Like it sounds real good to say, my resolution is I'm gonna go to the gym 4 days a week this year. Right. And you know what? You never even sign up for a gym membership. Like, and I'm not saying that to shade anybody because I've been that guy. Yeah. That's me. That's me. So honestly, Wrestling Days fan just said something, and I agree. Yes, Goldberg is greater than.
That's one thing he's great. Like, dude,
man.
Dude,
but let us know if you do goals or resolutions or anything like that. Let us know, and if you don't do anything like that, just kind of let us know what you're looking forward to in 2020. And Tazzy, I'll start with you. Like, man, what are some of your goals or resolutions for 2021?
Well, wanted to get back to the weight I was because the quarantine sucked. I do say this. So the smart thing I did is probably buy one of those portable treadmills where it just folds up, but it folds back. It's like a. I wish I could show you, but it's like one of those treadmills you can fold up, put it against the wall, then when you're ready, like. Probably the best investment I did, so that's why I'm gonna start on Monday. Tried even to help you guys get this channel better and help my the party gets better. We got a lot of things. Shout outs to you guys for making both these channels actually great. Because too, like I know I said this before. I was expecting to get 20 subscribers. I just hit 500. So I'm like,
Well
dude,
deserved, man. Well deserved.
shout outs to all you from you guys, the insiders, including Jodie too. Shout outs to C Wrestlers who's in the chat too. Because by the way, we debuted our new combo show last Friday.
Okay.
Awesome, so much fun. We got so much, like Jeff said earlier, we got so much going on for 2021. It's ridiculous. You thought 2020 was crazy?
For real. I mean, we're just getting started.
Dude, we just getting started.
Just getting started. And for me, obviously everyone always says the health stuff and all of that. And yeah, I need to get better with that. But man, if anything, my thing at this point is just stop being afraid of failure and just chase after it. Like, I've got so many ideas. I've got so many visions that I have in terms of business and all of that. And I just want to chase after those things. And, yeah, it can be scary. I'll be honest with you. This podcast, when we first started, it was scary.
Yeah.
Because it's like, one, is anybody going to listen to us? And well, we found that out. You know? And thanks to everybody that's out there that's listening. And we got the big man back here, Joe.
Hey,
start spreading the news.
And Abby is still listening.
I'm leaving today. I love it when they play New York. That's awesome.
I know.
The girls wanted me to tell you hello.
Tell them hello. Tell them hello.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2021.
Yes.
Happy 2021, everyone. Woo!
And Joe, we were just talking about goals. Oh man, we got big news.
Big
Rusty.
news. Oh, look at that.
Yes.
You said yes. Rusty, did you?
Yay! Congratulations, Rusty!
Wait till the last second of midnight when it struck 12 to do that, dude. That's really, really romantic, man. That's a romantic gesture, dude. Very cool. That's awesome.
I hear you, Rusty.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm
just gotta get another 25 years to catch up with me. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations, man. Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo, man.
Tazzy.
Oh man, the fireworks are popping off behind my house. It is festive here. I can hear the explosions. My dog ran under the couch. Yeah.
I'm sure, Tazzy, that Joe will agree with me when I say this. Take your time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I actually was close to we open, right?
Hey, of course.
I was close about 7 years ago. Sometimes you gotta thank your family. Sometimes, like, dude, you're making a big mistake. And found out, I was making a big mistake. So shout out my cousin Ben. Shout out to you if you're watching. Shout out to you. I could have been in a mess.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time. That's my advice to anyone now. Is take your time.
Take your time.
Because in my situation, it's one of those things where you never set out when you get married to get divorced. So you get divorced, and the hardest part about that is when you have kids. And the main thing is, right now is just making sure that you find that person that you can just be yourself with at all times, that accepts you, flaws and all, that can have conversations with you, even if they're uncomfortable. And that's the biggest lesson I've learned is that, I don't want to have to put on a mask
Yeah.
when I'm with someone, and I don't want them to have to put on a mask. I want us to be able to, to be ourselves, as quirky and whatever else is, as we are. And, that's where you find the genuine love and the relationships that last forever. So, my advice to anyone that's looking to get married, you're in a relationship, you're thinking about it, just be patient. You don't have to rush.
Mhm.
And listen, if it's meant to be, and that person is gonna be with you, then it's gonna happen. So, yeah, I'm done. I just
Good advice. Yeah,
I just
That's very good.
good
Yeah,
advice.
yeah, honestly, yeah. It's-
Moda says, I'm donating this in Rusty and fiance's name honor. Congrats, Rusty. I think I speak for the community when I say we wish you both a lifetime of happiness. Congrats again, my community brother. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Moda, for the donation. Really, really appreciate that. And yes, Rusty has been an amazing part of our community. The man has sent many, many well wishes for my dad. So never forget him for that. Also sent along a birthday gift for me as well, which he certainly didn't have to do. Really, really wish you and her the happiest of lives together, starting in 2021. And man, that's amazing. Truly, truly amazing news. Great to hear that. And really, really happy for you, man. Really, really happy. I am getting too old to almost remember when I did that. I can remember back how I did it. I went the route of I think we just went to a local mall here, and it just seemed like just a date type of thing. And then I remember I had the ring with me, and then I had it inside of a stuffed animal or something like that, around a stuffed animal or something like that. But it's a special thing, and that's awesome, dude. Congratulations, man. Can't say that enough for you, buddy. Really, really happy for you. I think James Chadwick's setting off fireworks. Fireworks have been set off by me at 5 a.m. Just as I was about to go to bed. James,
I haven't got there yet. I got another 3 hours.
Yeah, that's right. You do. That's right. You do. I was watching some of the stuff on Times Square. Really weird. Obviously,
It
nobody
was depressing.
Nobody there. I mean, I saw some cool stuff. I mean, Cyndi Lauper was there, which was awesome for me. Of course, when you see your heroes and the people you love back in the 80s and stuff, and you see them now, it's like, it's great to see them, but it's a little sad. Like that Kiss concert today for me is, when these guys are in their 70s now, and they're still on stage, and they just can't sing the way they did before. It's kind of sad to see, but it's always good to see them. And Miley Cyrus, dude, that song she has out, dude, that's fire. That song that she does with Stevie Nicks is fire. And I never thought I'd say that about Miley Cyrus.
Wait,
but,
what? She has a song with Stevie Nicks?
Yeah, she did a song with Steve. Like it's the One Winged Dove sings a song. Sounds like she's singing. She did kind of a remake of that, but she did it live with Stevie Nicks. Edge of 17. I'm sorry. I think the song had to come to my mind, but oh, dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Check that out.
Oh, it's so good. And she did it live on the show. Oh man, it was so amazing. Thank you to all who stayed with us. Really glad that you were here to celebrate the New Year's with us tonight. Looking back, this has been one of my favorite shows so far. I know Jeff's too. The interview we had tonight with Josh Alexander and Jade was absolutely amazing. Again, all the best to him. I watched that promo as soon as I got off with you guys. Oh, dude. Yeah, he had the red light in the background. I'm like, dude, this guy is on fire. Like, how awesome is that going to be to watch?
Have you seen it, Tazzy?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
okay,
dude.
do me a favor. Watch it right. I want to see your face as you watch it.
Go to his Twitter and just watch. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good, man. Moda says,
we got a fun little cameo from my husband.
That's right. Yeah, Chris.
Oh,
Chris
nice.
was on during Abby's window.
Very cool. Very cool. Big Dan, you old honey drip. Oh, the honey drippers. Oh my God. Robert Plant. And I remember that band.
Ooh.
We got a lot of Goldbergs going off. I'm hearing fireworks at Jodie's place. I think that was. Just heard a big bang outside of our house too. Yeah, they're really they're rocking, man. People.
Well, in North Carolina, it's illegal to set off fireworks except for July 4th and New Year's Eve. So they kind of go a little nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You can in South Carolina, but not North Carolina.
I kind of figured people would really be, celebrating tonight. I really did. I figured people would really be doing it up, just for the mere fact that they're getting out of 2020. Sean Rousset says, "Congrats, Rusty." Yes. Whoever's still with us, like I said, thank you guys. Really, really appreciate that. I know it's late in, a little after midnight here, almost quarter after on the West Coast. I know they're a little bit earlier than we are. Tazzy's watching the promo.
Solid joke.
I should tell you, Big Dan, I should tell you the first murder of 2021 has occurred. The Trix Rabbit and Lucky the Leprechaun were found dead. Police have no leads, but they believe it was the work of a serial killer. Very nice. Very nice. First joke of the year. There you go. We're off and running. C says it's 5:15 a.m. Yes, you guys are 5 hours ahead of us. That's crazy, man. Crazy. Days fan says 7 a.m. Yeah, like when I watched that Kiss concert, I didn't realize that I forgot they were in Dubai. So when I watched it, I'm looking at the time for it, and I'm like, well, when the hell? And I got the time screwed up. And here it was like 12 noon here, or like 1 o'clock here, and they had already had New Year's there. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Tazzy's mind blown.
Dude.
Wasn't it amazing?
Champion 2021.
Yeah, that was that. Dude, that man is gonna be a scary man to mess with.
Oh,
he's gonna be a scary man to mess with.
And that's like he's turned to a dark character too. So I'm like, oh, please.
Yeah, the fact that he left our show and went and put that out.
Right after he left, he put that out.
What did we do?
That's crazy. What y'all do?
What did we do? It's like, wow. That was amazing.
Crap.
James Chadwick says Josh is a freaking beast. He is. Hayden says, "Thank you, Joe, Jeff, Tazzy, Jody, for doing this very special stream. I'm very glad to be spending time with you guys. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Hayden. Happy New Year to you also." Kevin Correa, 11:16 p.m. here in Chi-Town. Kevin's in Chi-Town, Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Yeah, man, Chi-Town.
Stay inside.
For real.
Did everyone see Angel Garza beat our Truth in the 24/7 title on TikTok? I did not.
Wow.
Our Truth lost on TikTok.
Out of nowhere.
There you go. He lost on TikTok. That's pretty awesome. That's different. That is different.
Wow.
Magic Banana says, "Hey, I've been hanging around waiting for the ball to drop, and I'm not even American." Nice. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's awesome. That is awesome. Oh goodness. Well, like I said, it's awesome that you guys came out. I hope that you enjoyed the stream tonight. I hope that I hope that it took your mind off of 2020 a little bit, and I hope that you're looking ahead, because that's really what New Year's is all about. It's all about looking ahead. Who the hell knew at this point in time last year that we'd look ahead to what we got? Crazy. It was just the rumors were just starting to fly about the virus back then. And man, oh man. So, it's all about looking forward, and yeah, that's really all you can do. And our little part of a community of wrestling, It being entertainment. I was talking to Jeff about this earlier. There's a
Yes, yes,
Yes.
that's how you.
Chris was waiting Chris was waiting all year with that one. All year long, he had this one in the back of his
He's been
mind.
saving that for hours.
On some kind of tablet written down somewhere.
Oh,
He was waiting just for this moment. Fantastic. Man, yeah. Well, Chris is gonna get a job someday with Manscaped. They're just gonna hire him. They're gonna hire him. And then Chris will be gone working for Manscaped. So there you go. Oh man, so funny.
Solid.
So funny. But as I was saying to Jeff before, this is just a little piece of entertainment for everyone. And if I'm going to make a resolution, and I hope that people, I hope that everyone that listens to us or listens to any other wrestling shows can just enjoy the shows for what they are. Just and it doesn't matter what you watch. It doesn't matter who you like. It doesn't matter which show you like or which one you don't. Just go enjoy it. Just go enjoy it, because that's what this is. It's not supposed to be anything more than that. It's entertainment, and that's what those superstars like Josh and Jade we talked to earlier, that's what they're doing. That's their job. That's what they're doing, is trying to entertain us and bring a smile to people's faces. So, go out this year and just enjoy it. It doesn't matter if you like indie wrestling, New Japan, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, GCW, WWE, AEW. It doesn't matter, because all in all, we're all wrestling fans, and that's really what it comes down to. It's just one big family, and that's really how it should be. Don't worry about what the ratings are. Don't worry about what demographics are. Don't worry about what the other people are doing. Just enjoy what you enjoy, man. Just enjoy what you enjoy, because you know what? Life's too short. Life's too short. If I learned anything over this past weekend, life is too short. And cherish everyone around you, because, and I heard Bully Ray say this on Busted Open recently, when it wasn't when Brody died, it was when might have been Pat Patterson or someone before that, but he said, you just never know when the last time is going to be that you're going to speak to someone. So enjoy it. Enjoy the wrestling, no matter who you choose to watch, and just have, going forward, have a great 2020. It all starts with an attitude, and it all starts with each and every single one of us. You can choose to be angry. You can choose to hate things. You can choose to be positive, and you could choose to be happy. It's up, like I said, from a small community of people, it's up to us. And the thing that the thing with Brody and him passing away, maybe that is something that gets things turned around, because from what I saw from that, it was one community of wrestling. It wasn't separation. It wasn't two different shows. It wasn't, it was a wrestling community that rallied around a man. And that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So that's my statement. And like I said, I hope that, I hope that you all find a way to be positive for 2021, and find a way to bring happiness to yourselves and those around you, because that's really the way we're going to get this turned around. That's really the way we're going to get this turned around. So, the Texas-based wrestling fan foot. The Insiders Podcast was better because of you all. Thank you. Really, really appreciate that, dude. Really, really appreciate that. All right, so it's getting late. Let's talk about what we got coming up. We did mention a couple of these things before. So obviously tomorrow is Friday. You got SmackDown Tazzy. You're doing your before and after party tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. So there you go. You got Tazzy with his before party or with his tailgate party and his after party. So 7:00 and 10:15.
We're gonna go 6 p.m. for the tailgate party.
Okay.
And I don't see do his stream afterwards. So
Yes.
we're going at 11:15.
Okay. All right, so there you go. So Tazzy will be on with his streams tomorrow night before and after SmackDown. That will be the first SmackDown show of the new year, so we'll see what that brings. They will probably start doing some new storylines leading to the Royal Rumble. So we'll see where that goes. Obviously, Saturday and Sunday are going to be the probably only quiet weekend that we've got in January. So we're going to enjoy the weekend because after that, it is jet plane right through to the end of January. And then we'll, of course, be back on Monday with Abby's at 6:00 p.m. And then we will be streaming our first Monday Night Raw, which is the Legends Raw. That we will be on, I'm guessing, probably 7:30-ish, but we'll come up with a time. We'll let you guys know. But we will be streaming the Legends Raw on Monday. Tuesday, we're back with a brand new episode of Impact Wrestling, which looks amazing. The card already is killer. Just looks to be an amazing, amazing show to start off the new year. So we are back with a brand new Impact Wrestling on Tuesday, which will start at 7 and get prepared for all of that. And then on Wednesday, New Year's Evil. And I mean, Tazzy's hosting, and of course we will be here for that. That should be an amazing show as well. Thursday, we've got the This Is Good Shit Awards, our first ever Tiggs Awards on Thursday night on the podcast. Friday night, we get a day off, and Tazzy takes over and does his go all over again on a. This is crazy.
It never ends.
This is crazy. And then I think next Saturday we've got something. I'm probably Jazz. Yeah, Genesis is next Saturday. Like I said, it's just going to be insane. You're just going to have wrestling every single. And I miss New Japan. I mean, New Japan is the 4th and the 5th. So, and now, by the way, another announcement. We have 2 free codes for those packages to give away. Not 1, but 2. So we have 2 package codes for New Japan to give away, and those will be put up probably tonight because there's no way I'm going to bed in the next probably 2 or 3 hours. So I'll probably stick those up right away. So make sure that if you're interested in New Japan and you want to watch for free on Fight TV, make sure you go and enter our contest for those codes. So man, oh man, oh man. January is starting off crazy. Tazzy, go ahead, man.
I forgot one. Tuesday, special Q&A with Tazzy, tailgate party with Tazzy before the Impact stream. So
cool. There you go.
It's basically setting up because I don't know everybody remember that I was talking about throwback takeover Thursdays. Will start on the 14th. That's when we're gonna start. That's where we're gonna start watch-alongs with old takeovers and stuff like that. So
that's right. Yeah, I remember Tazzy asking you guys about those, and yeah, he's gonna do throwback takeovers. So we're gonna be watching some old takeovers. So that's awesome, man. Takeovers have always been good from day one. So join him. You get to see some of the older stuff that maybe you have missed, maybe you didn't get to see before. So. Man, oh man, there are a lot of things happening in the world of wrestling. Crazy, crazy month. And of course, AEW's got a pay-per-view coming up. We've got the Kenny Omega thing happening soon. We've got...
So Genesis is Saturday, and then the next Saturday is Hard to Kill.
Man, dude. And then the following week is the Rumble. Man, this is insane. It is an absolute insane month of January to start wrestling. So there's going to be content everywhere. If you haven't done so already, and I'm sure most of you have, but if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the like on our video, and please hit those notifications if you want to know when we're going to be on. You might need them in January. I normally don't tell people that, but you just may need them in January I may need them. I might have to notify myself. Yeah, because this is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. It never ends. Yes, Days fan, you are correct, sir. You are correct. All right. Final thoughts, guys, and then we'll let everybody get out of here and go and finish their celebration. Me, I'm going to go and watch the Honeymooners marathon, which I do every single New Year's. Love the Honeymooners, and the only time they have marathons on are after the New Year's festivities. So that's what I'm going to go do. But the final thoughts, guys. Go ahead, Tazzy.
Dude, I'm looking forward to 2021, man. We got a lot going on with this channel, the party channel. We make sure you guys pay attention to everything we do because it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
It's going to be awesome, and I'm gonna do the best I can until baseball season starts.
Oh yeah, it's not long around the corner, man. Pitchers and catchers report what, February or March?
Yeah.
So, not long out.
I got yeah, we're gonna have fun. We are going to have fun in January. So just we're gonna be positive and have fun.
Yeah,
That's what
man.
it's about, wrestling.
Yes. Moda's talking little Ralph Cramden to the moon, Alice. Yes. Go ahead, Jeff. What's your thoughts, man? Final thoughts on going forward here.
Oh man, well, thank all of you
Mhm.
for continuing to support us and making this thing possible. And we really appreciate it. I never imagined when I was putting together the rundown and everything, the script and all for tonight, that at midnight, well, at 12:30, we'd have as many people in the chat as we have. So that's pretty awesome. And thank you guys so much. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen anything yet. You have not seen anything yet.
Absolutely. We've got surprises, guys, things we can't talk about just yet, but there are some amazing things coming up. Big Dan says, I remember that moment. Address the ball. Here, watch. See the microphone? Wait, hold on. Ooh, ball. Yes, I remember that episode, dude. I've seen them all, man. I've seen them all. Cobra Kai season 3 starts in. Yeah, they're bringing back the girl from Karate Kid 2. That's an amazing show. Amazing show. I know I just saw an advertisement for WandaVision coming in February, so Marvel's coming back. We just had Wonder Woman 84. Dude, see, I'm loving it. I mean, we're getting all this geek stuff now. We're in my wheelhouse. I love it.
Definitely
Absolutely love it. Jodie, what's your final thoughts?
I think that 2021 is going to be a good year. I'm in a new job that I love. It's been crazy busy and a huge learning curve, but it's a job that I love doing, and I think it's going to be an awesome year. My biggest New Year's resolution, not afraid to share it with you because Lord knows I'm going to need some accountability partners, is that after today will be my last day as a smoker.
Ooh, there you go.
So there you go.
Good. There you go. Good for you.
So it's going to be our year of being better. So
yeah,
we're going to start eating better. Yeah. There's some
usually after the holidays,
family things going on that we're making some headway on. So
good. That's awesome. Yeah. Nothing like that. Getting yourself better. And you know what I mean? After the Christmas season comes and everybody's filled of cookies and all that kind of stuff, it's always a good thing to get back on track for sure. So that's awesome. Yeah, that is awesome. Well, there you go. Butterspark said the Eternals. Yeah, Eternals movie's coming out soon. Yeah, all this stuff. Don't know what was that?
Jody text.
I'm done.
It went off during Abby, and it was just like, what in the world is that?
So every time I get a text message, this is the sound I hear. Text.
God. Oh, and on that note, oh man, hey, again, like Jeff said, thank you so much, guys, for being a part of our new year. And we are glad you had us on for yours. Really, really, really appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed the show and everything we did tonight. And I hope, like I said, as always, you will be back with us when we are back again. And that'll be, of course, on Monday with Abby's Window. Make sure you join Tazzy tomorrow night as well. Guys, have a great rest of your New Year's Eve. Some of you, it's New Year's Day. Have a great rest of your New Year's Day. And as I always say, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and we hope we will see you again very soon. Have a great rest of your night, all. Take care, everybody.